Otto, do you ever think you spend far too much time thinking about Star Trek?
Don't even know what that is. I would like to float alone in the pool in silence.
You betrayed your uniform! Can you make it go?
What?
Attention! If you or a loved one participated in the Timeline's anomaly event, Ascendant Wisdom, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Anomaly events have been linked to warped scripts and unreachable thresholds. Star Trek Timelines is responsible for unreliable roll-outs and may be withholding your dilithium settlement. Call the law offices of Idle Otto and Frank right now at 1-800-TREK-TIME to achieve a negotiated lump sum of chronotons on your behalf. Tune into Timelines Talks September 19th to learn more.
Attention Bajoran workers.
How have you gotten so many fucking golds? I went 40 packs without a gold today.
Oh my God, Joe, there's a man on the wing!
Peter, there's no man on the wing.
There is, I saw him!
Peter, stop being ridiculous.
I'm telling you, lift up the shade, there's a man on the wing!
Fine.
It's me. I'm the man on the wing.
Peter, how the hell did you get out there?
I'll be feeding you a spoon. That sounded really suspect. Here comes the train.
Okay, Andy Robinson here, a.k.a. Garrick, your plain and simple tailor. And I'd just like to welcome you all.
Welcome.
Welcome to Trek Time.
To Timeline Talks.
To the Timeline Talks.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live in Technicolor from the beautiful Hollywood Hills, California. The show where the total retail price of their advice is $0. This is Timelines Talk. Featuring guest stars, Morph action figure collector, Kapla, It Stars, and Garden. Also featuring...
Weighing 248 pounds!
It's all Telephone 2000.
How have you gotten so many fucking golds? I went 40 packs without a gold today.
Joey, have you ever been in a Turkish prison? Look out, it's Automaton 2000. Your sleep paralysis demon, welcome Frank. And now, the man with the chatter, he doesn't have a bladder. Here's your host, Captain Idol.
Yes, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Timelines Talks, the premium, exclusive, #1, organic, highly rated show for all things Star Trek Timelines. We are returning after a long, bleak exodus where your lives were not quite the same, here to talk about some Star Trek intro. And thank you, Boota, for getting the intro that I put in especially for Auto, because it's Taz! Hello. And we are also joined by a very special guest for a brief moment before he goes to bed by my other son, who you may not have seen as much. This is Ezra! Say hi, Ezra.
I was talking about Frank for a second.
Yes. I'm my extra special good little boy, Frank. How you doing, my little fella?
3 minutes up.
Yeah, 3 minutes is up.
Ezra, do you like gladiator movies?
Do you like Turkish baths? Yeah, you've watched Airplane. Did you watch Airplane with Ben?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, yeah. So, did you like that film? A bit.
90-50.
90-50. Okay, some good ratios there. Yeah, so we're here to talk about some Star Trek timelines. Not quite the Star Trek timelines you remember, but the timelines that we remember throughout history. We thought, Auto came up with the idea as like, hey, why don't we just do another one and just talk about all the stuff that's happened over time. All of it. Yeah. So welcome everyone in chat, returning and new viewers. Oh, you know what I haven't enabled? We need to enable the button of destruction. I'm enabling voice commands. So we have voice commands, which, when certain words are triggered, will trigger a random video.
Red alarm.
Hey,
Red alarm. Red alarm.
I have not told these people what the words that will trigger them are.
Live long and prosper.
It's going to be fun to find out. Thank you, Abernethy YJ, for following. Gentlemen, what are we here for tonight? My part is done. We have no notes, so I have introduced us. It is now time for you to take us away.
Oh, God. Well, that's the show, folks. Thanks.
Hey, bye.
Red alarm.
And
Red
Otto has
alarm.
subscribed.
Red alarm.
Thank you, Otto. Thanks, Otto. You look
Live
smashing
long and prosper.
smashing in that wonderful little bow tie of yours.
Yeah, Frank showed up, decided to show us all up with a suit, so I had to go grab something so that I looked equally well dressed.
We put out a promo saying that we are attorneys here to get people structured settlements for the crappy events that have been put on lately. And I'm dressed as an attorney that's here to scam.
Doesn't matter so long as you enjoy it.
I am representing
gonna
myself.
We're gonna have to. Yeah, it's nice, by the way, Idle. I appreciate that you brought Tilting Point's quality assurance team to sit next to you for the stream.
Yeah,
They've
that's
really
true.
done a
We do
bang up
have.
job
This
the
is
last
the
couple of
new.
weeks. So.
It's the community
This
manager.
is the new community manager for the time, and he's gone.
Yeah. And that's how fast the last community manager went, just like that, which is incredible.
Yep, that's it.
Wait,
Flash
so
in a
how many
pan,
have we
community
had?
manager come and
'Cause
gone.
last time we
legitimate-
paid attention was Polo. So how many have we had since then?
Nancy, which everybody called AI or a bot, was actually a real person.
A real person.
But she was gone. Then there was Polo. Polo was gone. Then there was another one I've
Polo
forgotten.
and Nancy the same person? I thought they
No,
were,
no,
they were.
different.
Okay.
Legitimately, the average lifespan, I counted it the other day, the average lifespan of a CM in this company has been 3.5 months.
Wow.
And we just lost the 5th one since Shan.
No, I've had a couple of large wines.
Do they even give them names anymore? Do they just call them Wayun 5, Wayun 6?
The last one, I swear to God, they were never introduced. They just... Exactly.
All right, I am very grumpy, just absolutely irate, and I need to be left alone.
This is going to be fun.
This is
My spirit animal.
Hype train
the last one... The last one showed up and their name was like, you just smashed a keyboard. I never got introduced to them. And then I didn't even know they were gone. I think Glee said something about in the back end admin chat. They're like, yeah, y'all ran off the new CM because you were bitching about the event.
Wow.
Sorry.
It's like if you don't do your research into a community that is somewhat toxic and somewhat maybe repressed and somewhat
well.
Speaking of toxic, I can't wait to talk about the death threats they used to send to the staff. That's going to be a fun conversation later.
These people, these CMs are also over like 6 games or something. So they have to divvy up their time to where they can give timelines like 15 minutes a day, and that's it.
To be fair, that's exactly the length of time we should all be giving timelines per day.
Yes.
So.
I mean, I started this stream thinking, oh, hey, we're gonna have a go at TP and all this, but actually, is it the community that are toxic? Find out.
Well, yeah,
community manager
we're
agrees.
pretty bad too.
We're terrible. I am a terrible person.
I thought you meant
Okay.
something else.
No, that's the official statement from TP. Ezra, you are now
Not enough
representing
spelling
a
errors.
big multinational company that make the Star Trek game. So, what you have to say on behalf of the company to the actions that have happened recently? Well said.
Exactly. Well said. Well done. So yeah, it's.
Right.
I mean, you gentlemen had retired from the game, and what fortuitous decision that was, because the show of just amazing ineptitude just continues day to day. It's so great.
All right, Chad is asking about someone named Ozzy. Frank, do you have any insight into that?
Ozzy was
if it didn't
2
happen 2
CMs
years
ago.
ago.
Ozzy died.
Ozzy
like
was.
ago.
I know that's why he's not there. He stopped coming to work. Turns out he
Ozzy
was
Osbourne
dead.
was a community manager for TP.
Yes, it was incredible. He was trying. You couldn't understand what he said, but
they're pulling me home again.
basically, no. Two CMs ago was a person named Ozymandias, something like that. Very nice. Was actually playing the game. Was actually interacting with the community, and then, and all of these people, like their job postings are on TP's website. You can go apply yourself if you live in Barcelona, or because that's where you have to be.
Albania.
No, so okay.
We've missed
Let's
out.
break
I
this
haven't
down.
played this for 2 years. Like, we've lost a lot.
So here's the current state of everything. Tilting Point Games, the overarching large company, owns a lot of crap.
Yep.
Tilting Point. And Tilting Point owns what was considered to us Wicked Realm Game Studios, which was never a formal legal entity, apparently. And that is Star Trek Timelines. So they have Star Trek Timelines under their umbrella. They also have like legitimately 13 other games under their umbrella, 2 of which are up for Mobile Game of the Year at various awards. Like, it's like decent, apparently. I don't know. I don't play them. So they have their staff and everybody, which is in Barcelona. And then they have few people in America for Star Trek Timelines. And like, that's it. Everybody else is in Europe. And then there's the developers of Star Trek Timelines who are actually making the events and the art and the everything. Those people are in Armenia, I think.
Right. I knew it was
Pennsylvania, something like
Albania,
that.
Armenia.
HG Games. Yeah.
Right.
Stars. So, yeah, it's a nightmare. So if you want anything done, it doesn't get done until like no one's on the clock right now, because it's like not the hours for anybody to be on the clock. I don't know.
Stars in chat, how you doing, buddy? Glad to see you at the gym. I'm glad you're melting, getting those sick gains. I'm waiting to see when you come back on call and you're just like massively hench. Like, I can't wait for that. One thing we have forgotten to do, I've forgotten to do, is thank you to everyone that submitted show titles. Auto won, because he got the most
Damn right
votes.
I did. And I'll tell you why. No, I've got a secret little, well, since we're never doing another show, since you're all going to die anyway, why not
heard
tell
that
you?
Before.
I included an emoji, and that pulls the eye line. See, you guys got to spam more emojis in your show title, and that's what's going to get you votes.
Well, in which case, we will still put everyone on the wheel, because we haven't done this for a while, so unfortunately I don't have the Darbo sound anymore, so we're going to have to do the Darbo sound ourselves. So we're going to spin the wheel and see who wins. So it's spinning. Darbo! Tars Tarkus! The something awful thread runner for Star Trek Timelines herself. You have won yourself a...
The Romulan Rubber Ducky!
You've also won a sub as well, so if you want to get in touch, talk to me and I'll give you a sub for the channel. Anyway, my shenanigans aside, please carry on, gentlemen. What's going on with the game? So there's been some event shenanigans lately, hasn't there?
I guess I have to talk about this because I'm the only one actually playing.
I'm surprised. I am surprised, Frank. I am surprised you're still there playing.
Well, wait till the end of the show.
It's a sickness.
Yeah.
Wait till the end of the show because I have an announcement. So the game is 10 years old officially next month, but really in 3 months. And we're at the magical 10-year anniversary, which no one, including myself, thought we'd ever see. And I really still don't know how we're here, limping along. But they're trying. There's really only 2 employees left, Ben and Joe. Everyone else is gone. It's just them. Everything else is outsourced or overseas in Europe. So they're doing the best they can. And they have been talking for a year about the 10-year anniversary. Like, they're going to get matching tattoos and they're going to do this big thing where they really want to celebrate everything. And then Ben got, and I don't know the official details, so I don't want to speak as an authority, but I will speak as an authority. Ben got promoted. So Ben is no longer over just timelines. Ben is over like a whole lot of crap.
He's so over.
And so Ben has like 15 minutes a day to give to timelines. So really we have Joe. And Joe has to take Discord breaks occasionally because the Discord is so toxic that he's like, this is bad for my mental health. I'm not logging on for the rest of the day.
They started and run.
Their official Discord. And he's like upfront about, I had to take a mental health day because you people suck. So yay us. So right now the big controversy is they decided that they want to do a mega event around Q, all the Qs, call it a cosmic event. And Q, that trickster, he's messing with things, and he's messing with your events and your event rules. So they're all anomaly events where everything's flipped upside down. It's harder. That's what she said. And you get more rewards.
My game and my rules.
Exactly. So they don't spend any time promoting this other than the week before. They don't announce any of the real change rules, just like, hey, it's going to be different. Have fun. And then they start with a Voyage event, which is the newest event type and the most hated event type. And Voyage events are already hard. Yes, people are begging for expeditions back at this point. There is a poll on the official Discord from Ben saying, do you really want us to bring an expedition back?
They try.
Yeah. Despite the fact there's a game mode that's basically expeditions already. Continuum, whatever it's called. So the Voyage event, which is stupid, they put under these new rules that they don't announce beforehand, where the time that you fight bosses is changed, and the bosses out of the gate at the very beginning are harder than the bosses would have been in a 5-day voyage under a normal Voyage event. No one can beat that boss. Like, you can if you're a really good player or you have a deep roster or you know what you're doing. The majority of players couldn't beat the first boss. And so they get no points. And they were like, this event sucks. I'm not playing. Goodbye. And the Discord blew up so badly that within 4 hours of the event launch, they basically said, okay, we understand we goofed. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to cut the thresholds in half. So instead of 350,000 points you have to score to get all the thresholds, it's now 175,000.
Okay.
Good luck.
Cool.
And then not even 90 minutes later, Joe returns with, you know what? That's probably not going to do it either.
Oh,
so we're going to give everybody 200,000 VP. Just here you go. You've cleared thresholds. Congratulations.
Wow. Just giving people.
We're going to do it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we're going to do it on Monday, right before the event ends, because nothing's ever gone wrong, ever, with us trying to do something, especially 5 minutes before the event ends. So don't worry, but we're going to do this. Now, what they did not communicate was they were no longer having the threshold rewards. It now remained at 350, but you're going to get 200,000. So you're still not going to clear thresholds, but you'll get there somewhat.
Some dark secret hidden in the human soul.
Garrick said it best. So they
Hold on, I've got a question here.
Yes.
I got to represent my homies on Reddit, who one of them said the big conspiracy theory is these anomaly events are just testing how far they can milk the whales. Now,
well, we'll get there.
You're noted
Frank,
to
do
have
you feel
spent
milked?
a buck or two.
Are you fully milked now?
How true is that, Greg?
There is a bucket on the floor right now that is overflowing. Had I participated this week, we'll skip ahead just for 2 seconds to answer that question.
Frank,
this week is
come on the bridge.
You asked. It was milking. This is the faction.
I'm not comfortable with this line of discussion because Frank already stood up before we started and showed that he didn't have any pants on. So let's stop talking about how many bedpans and catheters he's got going on. Blinded.
Beg your pardon. So this current event that's happening right now under these Q's anomaly rules is a faction event. Now, the event's been going right now, as I look at my phone, for 1 day and 3 hours. Now, both of you have suffered through faction events. I want you to guess right now what the high score is on the leaderboard, the person in first place, what their point total is.
What used to be
80 million.
Yeah, well, I can't remember what the high scores used to be. I think they were in the tens of millions somewhere there.
The
highest score ever for a 4-day faction event was 20 million. That was the previous high score for 4 days.
I'm gonna guess this. Yeah, I think it's more.
When I retired, the highest score was 27 million for a skirmish, but I've heard that they've blown past that as well. So
after 1 day and 3 hours and 51 minutes. First place right now has 103.3 million VP.
Oh, I should have guessed $1, Bob.
Second place is 84.7 million, followed by a distant third at 52 million, half of first.
Why?
Well, but we should say the shuttles return a lot more than they have, and they return like 500,000 or something.
That's
shuttles.
Yeah,
if you,
I forgot that point.
If you throw a doubler on it, they're 800,000 for a shuttle. Yeah, so it's just beyond dumb. The Galaxy events, they like threw the points through the roof.
Did you never say beyond belief?
The skirmish we just did had crazy things. Yeah, normal skirmish now is in the 30 millions. And then the other new event type that we have, which is next week, which is the specialist event, which also sucks.
Specialist.
It's like a galaxy, but not. So you don't use items. You just directly give crons. It's just, here's a button, spend crons.
Oh,
here's
they just
points.
took out the farm. They took out the building part.
They just took out the farm. Yeah, cut out the middleman.
Wow.
Cut out the middleman.
We want more engagement. They're like, no.
Yeah, you Siete won the 2-day preview of that event. They actually tried it and previewed it, and I want to say her score was like 50 million after 2 days. It was just stupid.
I am not a merry man.
So if you haven't quit yet, now's probably a good time.
The best time was yesterday, but if you can't do that,
yeah,
maybe today. Well.
So yeah, that's other than that.
Okay, Frank, I do have a genuine question for you. What is keeping you there? What has kept you there in the interim where we've shut down the big book and like thrown our toys out the pram and gone?
The big book got shut down?
You probably didn't realize because you live on the Wayback Machine, but
what's the big book?
When did that?
Yeah, sorry, the large tome. But yes, what has kept you there all this
time? By the way, we'll talk about that later. I just want to state for the record, the big book was the biggest waste of time in my entire life. Please continue, Frank.
I play because I hope that the big book will one day return.
Sorry. May have dashed
the
your hopes
the
there.
big book's inside all of us. Every time you see a crew and mentally calculate their proficiencies, it's the math.
If it's in you, you need to be milked more.
Look, all you need to know is if someone says they're good on their roster, then you should definitely pick that crew and hold. That's the only criteria left. Big base.
Ben and Joe know my address, and they've shown up several times with baseball bats. So I live in fear.
Luckily, thanks to a birth defect, you don't have any kneecaps, so you've been safe.
No, that's correct. That's, as we saw earlier, I have no legs. That was AI. That was fake.
This whole show's AI. I actually ran all of this through an LLM about a year ago, and none of us are real. Anyway, Purple Monkey dishwasher.
Well, I was fine until the Purple Monkey dishwasher part. Now that's.
Well. So So what?
So yes, I'm announcing my
time.
I'm announcing my retirement from the game effective this weekend.
Fantastic.
Because of this. The camel's back has been broken with a straw.
TP will literally fold tomorrow.
I haven't spent in a long time. I cashed in on Offerwall, which we'll talk about, I'm sure. I got an insane amount of dilithium from the Offerwall, and I didn't spend for a long time.
Didn't need to.
Yeah, I was good. So,
yeah. So the game's still going. It's alive.
It's
coming up
going.
To the 10th anniversary. So when is the 10th anniversary? Is January, or is that next year? Is it the 9th?
Technically speaking, it's January 1st.
Okay. So they'll be doing something. What do you think? I think my thing it'll be the same Behold rerun and maybe an honor sale.
Well, we have an honor sale going on right now, so that would probably fit. Yes.
You fake fan. Everyone knows that.
If there isn't honor sale, people should be asking, Genos, when's the next honor sale?
Honor sale, exactly. They've announced tentatively that they're gonna do some big mega event, and they're gonna do giveaways, and they're gonna do this and that. But it's
how many crew are in the game now? I need to find out how this because the last
1,790.
Wow.
Remember when they couldn't release the 1,000 crew correctly?
Yeah.
And we got Jennifer Sisko.
I remember that. They made a big show. No, they made a big show of it. Who was supposed to be? Oh, it was Mako Mayweather, wasn't it?
It was supposed we had Ben on the stream. We had Ben on this stream, and he was going to reveal that. So we played 20 questions. And we're like, is he from Enterprise? And he said yes. And we're like, well, it's definitely not fucking Mayweather because no one would want him for a 1,000th crew. So he guessed literally everyone else, including Porthos. And he's like, well, this is embarrassing. It's Mayweather. And then they released Jennifer Sisko.
Yeah, Jennifer Sisko was actually number 1,000 in a Tuesday pack. It was completely stupid. Do you remember when we gave away the It's Uhura standing next to an astronaut?
Dude, that was fun.
That was very fun. We've had a lot of fun. Here.
Yeah, there was good times that we had when we were all playing the game.
Yeah. I mean, listen.
Because we had that camaraderie together and we all suffered together.
I've been to now 3 Star Trek conventions with people I have met through this game. Now are very good friends of mine. We're planning a meet-up next year as well. I have them on my Facebook. I don't generally keep people on my Facebook, but I am in close contact.
Boomer.
I know. Yeah. But yeah, no. So I've met some good friends. I met you guys. We've had lots of good times. You know, if it wasn't for Star Trek Timelines, I wouldn't have had all the fun laughs that we have had and met the wonderful people that are in this community. Because believe it or not, despite what we might be saying in the next hour or so, there are some wonderful people in this community that we have had some wonderful times with, and that's probably the nicest thing I'm going to say all day.
Yeah, no, it still wasn't worth it.
No.
I'd rather have my thousands in dilithium back, and you guys can bugger off.
Yeah, I don't want to think how much I spent on like campaign. I didn't buy too much of the faff. I tended to buy campaigns and the occasional 25 pack. A lot on Steam when they had the Steam deals. So
you still got that addict's logic where I just had one mini muffin at a time, and you look over and he's like the size of.
Gambler's fallacy. If I'm one more trip to the slot machine, it's gonna hit that it's close, and I'm gonna get all my losses back.
Overtired. It's called a Rolodex. Thank you very much. And they're making a comeback. All right.
For those of us that are old, gotta have one.
The real reason we scheduled this Timelines Talks was just to like talk about all the juicy drama that has happened over the years. Idle says he wants to go Scorched Earth. I bet he doesn't. And then all this like event nonsense happens. So we're like, well, we'll talk about that first, but I don't know. Same as it ever was.
76 Suited in the chat. How are you, my buddy?
Oh, what a fucking hench. By the way, I love all our viewers equally, but I love 76 Suited a little more equally than the rest of you because he's donated a lot of money to charity over the years, and we thank him for that.
What a mensch.
All right, where should we start, gentlemen? Because you have access to the same list that I do.
Do you? Do we?
I was looking at the photo of Cranky with Connor Trenier, and that's a sexy photo.
There's a list?
Oh, the one where he's a tiny white pixel in the background? Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's what he paid for.
I need to find the list. Where's the list?
You've grown even more professional over the years, Idle. I just want to say that.
The last thing I have was a
You
message
wanker.
from you saying, where the fuck are the show notes?
In the pinned messages. Just going to pin this
Frank
here.
knows.
Oh, there's a
Frank
list. I found the list. I found the list. Look at that. Thank you, Frank, for being so helpful.
Professionalism.
You posted this on the 5th of this month. I'm not going to remember that far ago.
That's why it's pinned. Jesus.
Anyway,
this is why we don't do Timelines Talks anymore.
Oh, yeah, I literally am. Fantastic. All right, go for it. Start from the top. Let's go.
For Genos, the Timelines Talks historian, I just want to note that this is the 103rd episode and the only time we've done it on a Friday. In fact, we've done 101 episodes on a Wednesday and our inaugural episode on a Tuesday. So there you go.
Yeah. It's wild. This first Friday one, and only because... Why did I schedule it on Friday? I can't remember, because... Oh, I wanted to play Mass Effect.
It's the only day your wife lets you.
She's out of the pub tonight, actually. So she may make an appearance.
Oh, she'll come in pissed as a newt. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Booter's correct. We just play AoE 2 now.
Yep.
It's the far superior game.
Frank is the wall expert. If you need walls, he's your guy. Layers and layers of walls.
It never fails. Never fails.
Distribute them
Everyone else
stone.
is off doing their thing. You know, build a cathedral, send your monk out to get a relic. Nope.
Wait, hold on. Somehow I missed in chat. The L-Dubs said, I can't believe you're still playing. I quit 2 years ago. The only thing I miss about timelines is Automaton 2000. That wasn't even me on an alt, so thank you, L-Dubs.
Automonton 2000. It's the Toronto.
Close enough, he'll take it.
I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll change my name for that guy. All right. We got to go down the list because Idle doesn't care about the show notes. All right, I'm going to start with... Some of this is going to be juicy, some of this is going to be lame. We're going to try not to pick on anyone still playing, but if you cheated, then you might be caught out. I cheated. We're going to talk about me. It's going to be a lot of fun. But we're going to start
I
with
haven't
Auto
retired
Hates
yet,
Frank.
so I can't admit to my cheating.
I got banned.
Okay. Oh, yeah, we get to play that video later. That's going to be fun. Yeah, Tuvok finds it funny, too. So, I started, when I joined the game, I think I was already on Reddit at that point, so I was using that instead of the normal forums, which are now dead.
Oh, yeah.
Long live Reddit. Frank was a mod at that time. I don't know who put him in a position of authority. Obviously a mistake. And he held some giveaway.
In my defense, that thing
where
has
he
like 0 instructions, you
Let
know?
me turn that off while you're talking. Sorry, I'll stop when you're monologuing. Go on.
No, it's far more interesting than whatever bullshit I'm going to be talking about. And there were like 100 people that signed up for this giveaway. I don't know how much she was giving away, like $100 or whatever. And this son of a bitch disappeared after the giveaway, and there were all sorts of threads posted. Frank, why did you abandon us?
We had
and
to
so
start
I
a
hated this
stream
man for years.
to get him back.
That's right. And I heard from him like a year and a half later through someone else. It was through Idle. He goes, "Hey, Idle, tell Otto I apologize for that."
And I said,
I'm
"Get
like,
on the
that
fucking
son
stream
of a
and
bitch."
apologize like a man.
But then I met him, and he's actually fairly lovely, and we've since grown close. We shared
Gentle
tender
lovers.
kisses. Yeah. Yes. So, do you want to give your side of that, or do you want to just kick me in the nuts, Frank?
Nope, that was a low point. That was another one of those instances where somebody had my address and showed up with a baseball bat. But not Ben and Joe at that time.
I know exactly who you're talking about, and that's why I've forgiven you.
I do too.
And that entire account and everything was nuked, and that's when I had to take a small little break from the game. But came back, and so far, knock on wood, have not been accosted yet, but it could happen. So I think that's why I'm going to go out on top, where the person on top has 1,000,003 points and it's not me. But yeah, that was an unfortunate low point. And if I cared, I'd go back and find who that person was that got shafted and provide to them. But I don't know how to even search Reddit now. Doesn't Roy Kirk run the Reddit now?
Roy Kirk's the man. Yeah, he's the only one left.
The last
Although now
true
we have a lot of
samurai.
refugees from the forums. Yeah.
I can tell you the only way that I got control of the Reddit was not through my own doing, but the previous
Code
two
Spicy.
people, the previous two people who ran it just quit.
Oh, yeah, so, yeah, an element.
And I was like,
Wait,
oh,
so does that mean when we quit, we're going to hand the stream key to Timelines Talks to someone in chat, and they're going to take over the stream?
Oh, God, please.
paste it in chat.
If anyone wants to run Timelines Talks, go for it. I do not give a shit.
By the way,
Trek Time is mine.
one of the show
Timelines
titles.
Talks, you can have.
One of the
it's
show
fine.
titles for today was Timelines Talks: The Next Generation. We were literally going to start
were.
a U.S. based Timelines Talks called TNG.
It was going to be
Frank
Frank
was
and
gonna
Jealous,
run
wasn't it? I remember that.
Yep.
And I kept saying, here's the fucking stream key, go do it. No one did. It's like, here's all the resources. Here's my layout.
I did 30.
No.
Here's the
I
stream
did
key,
30%
go.
of the work. I did 30% of the work I needed to do, and then I realized I don't want to do this. The fuck?
What the fuck am I doing? With my
Now-
game?
It's not worth it.
Now, if we would have sent him some NFTs and told him he had to pay us thousands of dollars for purple crystals, then he would have run Timeline Talks the next generation.
It's funny. If you are a dope and you go on your iPhone and you play this crappy game and you buy something with it, it pops up and it tells you, hey, you're just buying a license for this. You're not actually buying anything. And your license can be revoked at any time.
We're not buying dilithium crystals. You're buying licenses for the dilithium crystals. That's like worse than games.
It's an MLM, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Since I've spent the last 5 minutes shitting on Frank, it's my turn.
Oh, that was
talk about
deserved.
Let's talk about my sins.
I'm not finished shitting on Frank yet.
I don't. Oh, it'll come back around. Don't worry. I don't think you were playing it this time. I know Frank remembers the Voyage, the Voyage multi-tap claw. I loved abusing that bug. I'll tell you what, that was, I think it was there from the start of Voyages. Basically, when you hit a dilemma, if you tapped really fast, sometimes you could get like 2 or 3 rewards, or if you tap in like multiple places. So I tried it on different, like the phone or the tablet or whatever. You tap it really fast and you'll get like 3 Voyage rewards. Those were the days, and I abused the shit out of it, so I'm a filthy cheater. Anyone else want to fess up?
There was a... so, no longer playing the game, but I won't fully out him. I will just say, a former admiral of SSR...
we'll call him... No, that's too obvious.
We'll call him... No, we'll call him... Harkley. Yes. I was on the phone with him, and he was so excited because he figured out, yes, if he walked outside his house and he went to like this little tree in his front yard,
and you were behind
and he turned off Wi-Fi on his phone would be trying to connect to cellular again, and it would kind of hiccup for a minute.
Send them all
and
at
if
once.
he did the Voyage Claw, then he'd get like 40 rewards. So every 2 hours, he'd walk outside to his tree and claw his phone, and then walk back inside.
His neighbors must have looked over and gone, that guy's got the weirdest porn habits.
Dude, I would rather be busted
started
for
doing
porn
it. I
than
was
trying
like,
to get
trying to
extra
do it
Voyage
too.
rewards.
I couldn't get it to work. I'm outside trying to do it. It's not fun to do that in the snow, by the way.
You have your special Voyage tree that you went to every 2 hours?
Yes.
My special Voyage tree. Wow.
Dude, people are looking, Frank's neighbors are looking him up on online registries, being like, did I move into the wrong neighborhood?
I have to give everybody a piece of paper when they move into the neighborhood and say, hi, I'm Frank. I do this thing with the tree.
Timelines.
I had a boss walk into my office previously. He's like one of our revolving managers and say, "Oh, nice to meet you. By the way, I'm not weird." And then walk out, and we're like, "Well, that's a very strange thing to say. Like, you don't have to come in to say like I'm a normal person. Like, that's just strange."
All right,
yeah, that was
admit their
fun.
sins, or are we just gonna?
Oh no,
throw it
I
on
cheated
some
like
SSR guy?
Yes. I mean, there was the Celestial Market when that first. Oh no, was it Celestial Market? Was when they first started giving
that was
away?
Bandgate. Oh yeah, the buy again button.
The buy again button. Yes, that free giveaway. And I don't know how I found it. I was just bored, and I realized I hit the button. It didn't do anything. So I thought, what if I just tap it really fast? I've got a video of that somewhere. I should find it. And just tap the button really fast. I ended up with like several hundred pole stars. It was completely like useless to me. Like there was, I could do like a retrieval once every 3 weeks or something. So they declared that to be a high fucking crime.
Only we knew how. If only we knew how worthless those packs were, no one would have cheated. They'd be like, it's not worth the time.
I would not have bothered. But I think the story, which I explained on stream back when it happened, but the story was I was just moving house and getting packed up, everything moved, and then we finally got into the new house, and I opened up the game and it just said, "You have been banned." And this is when they banned a lot of people for indefinitely, and I was just like, I just laughed. I just went, okay, fine, whatever. Why have I been banned? What, because I have some fucking pole stars?
This is like 4 years later, and Idol's still proclaiming innocence. Oh, I just thought I'd tap it a few times, bro. They only banned people that did it 20 times.
No.
More.
I will put my hand
so
up.
Guilty.
I came on stream saying, yeah, no, I abused the shit out of. Some people in chat were just like, well, I didn't know what I was like. No, I abused it. I knew what I was going to get, that's why I laughed when I got the ban. I was like, haha, fine. But yeah, and then
Idol went out to the marketplace tree in his backyard and started tapping a bunch.
Yes.
I think this would be an opportune time.
How I was not banned for the ID4 bug, the Independence Day pack.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that was something else.
I'll never know because I have vaguely alluded to, but I'll come clean now because statute of limitations has passed. It's been 7 or 8 years now. Jesus. So for those that didn't know, it was a Tuesday. And it was right around the 4th of July for America. So the pack was, it was a Tuesday.
She was wearing a red dress. I was aroused.
Nod sat at his desk, worried. And it was a Tuesday pack, and the new crew was a 4-star, I think Jennifer Sisko. It was something crappy. I don't remember.
Crew number 1,000?
No. This was like crew 500, 600. I don't know. But the pack was bugged for the first like 20 or 30 minutes because when they pushed it live to production, they didn't push the production pack. They pushed the test pack, which when you press the button, it gave you VIP points and dilithium. And
did you get merits too?
Well, the logo for the merits, was on there, but that was actually VIP points. And it cost, I forget the exact translation. I think it cost 650 dilithium to press the button, but it gave you like 2,000 dilithium. So you profited 1,400 dilithium every time. I pressed that button. I actually have a spreadsheet to tell you how many times I pressed the button. And I was on Discord fervently typing to everybody I knew saying, press the button, press the button, press the button. And about 20 minutes in, I realized, oh Lord, this is bad. I have
20 minutes.
I have a couple 100,000 dilithium, and I'm gonna get banned. So here's what I'm gonna do: I'm gonna launder this dilithium, and I'm just gonna buy a bunch of
Starbase refreshes. That was the best use of money back in the day.
Scan speed
Refresh
ups.
the faction store. Here we go.
And then I figured, oh no, they're going to be able to track everything. So I tried to do mundane things like Starbase donations. I raised our Starbase like 7 levels that day.
We started a whole new fleet and it became like top level in the day.
Scan speed ups, just normal crap. But then I left a lot of stuff aside. And I, of course, at the time, the product manager's name was Nod, Alex. He was all over it. Shan was all over it. They were on the forums. They came to Discord to say, okay, everybody stop. We're watching. And I immediately wrote a ticket to customer service, atoning to my sins. And I said, I hit this pack a lot, but I was doing it to show others, and I did not intend to keep anything, and I didn't spend anything. And here is, just like Alexander Hamilton, here's an itemized list. I gave them an itemized spreadsheet of all the pulls that I did and all the dilithium and everything. I only told them about half. I didn't tell them everything. They were so polite. They said, thank you so much, because we don't have to go through your records and your logs to find out what you did. You admitted it, so you don't get punished. And we're just going to take everything away. Wow. Thank you. I kept half the shit.
Yeah.
And won every faction event for the next 2 years.
They're not going to admit that they couldn't claw everything back because people get even angrier. All right, I have 3 thoughts.
It took weeks to fix that. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't people go into negative deal for that one as well? Literally, they owed money.
The unnamed admiral of SSR, Mr. Farkley, and his tree.
No, that's too obvious. Call him Arkley B.
Arkley B. He was also in negative dill then. I don't know if the tree was involved, but
got him. All right. I have 3 thoughts. 1, Alex, get the video of you in the gulag ready, because we put in effort on the production value. I want to get some airtime out of it. Thought number 2. I remember the Independence Day pack because I was the one that posted it in Engineering Room. The thread was like 20 pages long. I got 2 or 3 really angry DMs from people that are like, you dirty fucking rats. Like, I could have kept that dilithium if you hadn't posted it. I'm like, all right, bro. Yeah, that would have happened. Point number 3, Reddit got really angry too. Like, that was maybe the most comments I've ever seen on Reddit thread. People were like, it's been 3 days, and they finally clawed back the dilithium. I had spent it thinking I was allowed to keep it, and now I'm really angry that it took them this long to fix it. I'm like, what the world do you live in, bro? Thanks to people like Frank, it took them multiple, like a full week to fix it, because they were going through everyone one by one. People were like, well, why don't they just roll it back? And it was a huge mess. So thank you for your service contributing to that one, Frank.
I was honest. I gave a spreadsheet. I can't speak for anyone
You were
else.
honest and gave them half the earnings. Does that work with the IRS as well?
Well, it's not my fault that they didn't do their due diligence.
All right, Idle, let's entertain the people at home with
do
some
you
production
want this to be
value.
full screen, or do you want our reactions to it as well? Shall I just go
No,
full screen?
who cares what we look like? Just play the video.
All right, okay, here it goes. So, for those that remember that I got banned and then I moved house, and then I decided, well, I think we came up with the idea of workshopping this video, and then I had a spare 5 minutes in my brand new basement, so we shot and edited this. So enjoy this for a moment.
There we have it, citizens. We have finally established the particulars of the crime. And now, we come to the architect of this tragic affair. This excerpt from the captain's personal log.
I've never trusted Wicked Realm Games. And I never will. I've never been able to forgive them for the ban of my boy. I've never trusted Wicked Realm Games, and I never will. I've never been able to forgive them for the ban of my boy.
Are those your words?
Those words were spoken by me.
Do you deny being demoted for these charges? Don't wait for the translation! Answer me now!
I cannot deny. I cannot confirm or deny actions I did not witness.
You will answer the question.
As host of Timelines Talks, I am responsible for those bugged packs that I pulled.
Your Honors, the state rests.
It is the determination of this court that the prisoners are guilty as charged. The sentence of death is commuted. It is the judgment of this court that without possibility of reprieve or parole, you be taken from this place to the dilithium mines on the penal asteroid of Rurapente, there to spend the rest of your natural lives.
Yeah, literary reaction shot. We always
absolute cinema.
I take my
penal.
awards, and I'd like to dedicate that to all the people who made the Undiscovered Country.
Oh man,
was fun.
I should have gone to the bathroom while you played that. You're gonna have to play that later. So
Okay, I've got another one. We got loads. I was just looking over the list of videos. We've done like quite a lot of weird. Like I've got one here. It's 4 collections, which is me doing the same thing but with Picard's 4 light speech. I don't remember why we made that. We'll play that later.
There is one of the first videos we ever did was me in a bathrobe talking about Devanani Rawl. That will never see the light of day,
where the fuck's
but
that
it
gone?
exists somewhere. No,
Did
that
we
one's
not go
gonna
forward
happen.
with that? I vaguely remember seeing that footage.
All right, what other drama can we hit, boys? Look at the list. Someone else pick a name.
Let's go with I Am Picard. Let's do that one.
I Am Picard. Oh, that's a good one.
That's a juicy.
That's a juicy one.
So we talked about the Voyage multi-tab bug and Arkley's 40 Voyage rewards. So if you remember, by the way, the program still exists. People still run it. All right. People are smart. They get around stuff. There was a third-party tool called I Am Picard. And what it did was it was a crew management program. It allowed you to pick, it automatically picked like one of the best Voyage lineups you could do and sent it out for you. Let you look at your crew through a different UI, a much better UI than the game could ever give us. And
let me tell you, it did like one of the things was it did Gauntlet very well. It gave you statistical probabilities, like 97% to win this one. That is the only... I could never play Gauntlet normally. If I didn't have this program, I could not play parts of the game because it was just so much easier and better to play it through this program.
Also, less infuriating. You know how many threads were created about how Gauntlet was rigged and how did I lose an 80% matchup? Well, you don't, because there's a 20% chance that you're gonna lose. Anyways,
20% chance
I Am
you're going to
Picard
lose 80%
was
of the time,
fantastic.
75% of the times you take your crew. Sorry, Karen.
There was also a Patreon for it.
Thank you, Kyle.
Is that what I sound like after one IPA? Jesus. Anyway, there was a Patreon for this. I know because I subscribed, gave the guy $5 a month. Because it was actually a genuinely useful tool, and at the time, Disruptor Beam had it pinned on their forums, because they also agreed it was a really useful tool. And so what happened is the creator Techman RO, apparently either he or someone who had access to the code, I'm pretty sure it was just him, created some version that allowed you to get many rewards from not only voyages, but faction events too. So people are doing faction events, retrieving their shuttles like 40 times in a row, getting massive VP. There's screenshots you can see where the text, the kerning is this big because there were like 50 different crew that you got from a Voyage dilemma. It was a complete mess. And so finally, that's what tipped, I guess then Disruptor Bean's hand. Like, well, we got to do something about this. So what they did was fix the multi-tap exploit, much to our chagrin. We were doing ethical cheating. We did it manually with our little hand claws. This guy was using a program. And so they fixed that exploit, and then all they did was unpin the thread on their forums. They never said, don't use it. They didn't say, this program is illegal. All they did, because they didn't want to get into a legal argument, all they did was unpin it, and they're like, we avow any knowledge or disavow any knowledge of this. And so it existed for years after, still does in different forms. People are updating it for the different versions of the game.
You mean to tell me there's a subreddit called Picard Lives?
Picard Lives?
Go and
really?
get
I actually didn't know
update.
that. Yeah. Look at that. Wow.
Now it's been dead there for a while, but yeah, that's where people were getting it updated.
Oh, it's
so
a
I got to ask you guys,
now, so
how much did you know about the cheating aspect of the app? Because I was told that people who subscribe to the Patreon got a different version. I can say that ain't true because I never got that version of the game, but some people did.
All I will say is through my various discussions with people that have, and this one I'm not going to name names, but of the various people that I have spoken to that have run it, shush, there are definitely aspects of probing elements of the game's network code that you can do things you very much shouldn't be able to do. And that thing is leakier than the Odysseys, the vessel that Odysseus went out. Starzia, the Greek guy, what was the ship that they did in the Odyssey? They used in the Odyssey. Not the ship of Theseus. Leakier than the ship of Theseus. Let's go with that. That's a good one. But
I'll also say.
Oh no.
Oh well, quickly before Frank takes over and tells the real side of the story. It's also one of two questions. We did like 7 different Q&As with WRG. It's one of 2 questions that they ever declined to answer.
Oh yeah.
Because people were. Tech Monroe would pop up every 6 months in a Reddit thread and be like, "Why isn't anyone answering this?" Yeah, it was one of 2 questions that WRG declined to ever talk about.
We always had a little
which I don't
blanket
blame
just
them.
before we start. I was like, "Is there anything you don't want to talk about?" And they're like, "Yeah, I am Picard." I'm like, "Okay." that's the
I do remember the Frank and Runa show. That was the forerunner to
remember that
Timelines
as well,
Talks.
yeah.
I thought it was a real show for a minute.
What happened to Runes?
Never happened. Well, okay, it almost happened once, and that was a joke. We'll pin that, and I'll come back to that because that's an interesting. It's an interesting story. It was a fabrication. So I never gave $1 or a dime or anything to anybody for I Am Picard. It was a free use,
Yes,
and it was very much enjoyed. I found, not through being told, but just through normal use, that the outside of my tree claw for my voyage rewards worked phenomenally in I Am Picard, and that was like you just tap 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 and you get all the rewards. I didn't know about the shuttles until somebody snitched on somebody who was doing it and brought it to myself and a couple other people that were in the fleet I was in at the time, and we decided mutually, hey, this is bad. Let's take this snippet, the shuttle part, and privately send it to Shan and Alex Nod and say, hey, here's what's going on. Just to prove it, I'm going to log into my alt account and I'm going to do it. So if I get banned, that account will get banned, not me. And
Quick
I'm just going to
account.
go from not being in the event to suddenly in the top 30 just by claiming a couple of shuttles. And
Just
I
like the recent
did
event,
it.
then.
Yeah, exactly. And
so
I
it
did
comes
it
around.
and said, look at that. And they said, thank you very much. And that's roughly around the time that the internal bug where being able to send that request through. I don't know the technical explanation, but basically you were able to send a request packet through to the game a lot of, hey, claim the shuttle, or hey, give me voyage rewards. They fixed whatever that problem was that had been there for years.
There was speaking to a few people at the time, various times afterwards. There was definitely a PowerShell command or script you could run with a little bit of link, because there's no 2-factor authentication on the timeline stuff. You just need your username and login, and then they're straight in. There's no security on that whatsoever. Like I say, leakier than the ship of Theseus. Thank you, Stars. The Odysseus ship doesn't have a name. That's why I couldn't remember it. But yeah, there was definitely some people running Greek nerd, Homer. There was definitely some people running scripts to send a lot of packets to confuse or get things they shouldn't have, which I think takes us on to Tech Monroe, Temporal Agent 7 quite nicely.
Oh, no, we haven't confirmed that this is the same person.
I think we have. I think
Before we move on, I want to say actually that the best thing about I Am Picard is they had a website. So you could go in there, log into the app, manage your game from there, which actually was quite nice because the game was kind of laggy, less optimized back in the day. I would roll over in bed, load up the website, send out my voyage, and then roll back over and go to sleep. So that was very handy actually for a free website. So good for him for providing that for the community. It was sanctioned by WRG at the time, so we're not piling on him for that. Shortly after he disappeared, another person appeared named Temporal Agent 7, and he started datacore.app, a pretty well-known website by now. And he and I got along pretty well. He actually helped me fix I Am Picard at one point, updated to the latest version, so I kept using that. Like a filthy little cheater, even though it was not disallowed. Anyway.
Not only datacore.app for timelines, also datacore.app for legends.
So.
Oh, did he?
Yes. You finish your thing. I've got a thing about possibly that the guy's very clever. But carry on with your story.
He is clever.
Very clever.
I don't know. I'm going to shit on him a little bit, but actually, he did do a lot for the community. I mean, this is one of the things,
like,
actually,
the best thing in Star Trek Timelines. It always has.
Right now it is.
It's the only thing. Because we're not fucking helping.
A lot of the people, and since I've already admitted to cheating, by the way, a lot of the people who help the community are also inclined to take a few little crumbs off the cake. All right, let's not pretend like that never happens. So this person, Temporal Agent 7, who I did get along with well, we talked about Data Core at the start because Big Book was running at that point.
Friend.
He was my alt, literally. No. So what had happened toward the end, Data Core had been running for a while, and this doesn't have really anything to do with Data Core, but someone who is in the same VIP0 fleet as him sent me some screenshots one day. So if you go into your little fleet panel in the game and you look at, there's a little tab called Daily Targets. It tells you how many times you've done an action, either send out a shuttle or run a mission. If you warp 1, you get 1 daily target. If you warp 10, you get 10 daily targets. Now, VIP 0 don't get the warp 10. That's unlocked at VIP 3. Someone sent me a picture of his daily targets, which would have taken him, because this was taken 9 hours after the daily reset, it would have taken him 4.5 warp 1s per second for 9.5 hours to achieve that. Now, even if you sit next to the server, that ain't happening. So obviously something was fucky. Was he cheating? I don't know. Was he VIP more than 0? Maybe. That's probably more likely. So shortly after that, I saw another screenshot from someone working at Data Core who said, by the way, we have X number of profiles uploaded, like 1,000 profiles uploaded.
Oh yes.
Guess who has the most honor?
This was after
Temporal Agent 7.
Yeah, this was after TA7 relinquished the Data Core to said person or a name.
He had like 3.5 million honor or something shortly after an honor sale.
Ridiculous.
And so you can also upload your accounts to datacore.app. Helps you analyze things, set your voyages and whatnot. Very useful tool. Website is great. I'm nothing to say negative about the website. No. So I looked up his account. As a VIP 0 character, he had over 300 immortalized 5-star crew, which this was years ago. So I went and asked Stellar Ice, the head of the most well-known VIP 0 fleet. I'm like, how many immortalized crew do you have? She goes, oh, about 20 to 30 at that point. I'm like, oh, this guy has literally 10 times more than you. I'm like, I wonder how that happened. So I didn't say anything. I didn't think it was my place to shove my filthy finger into the guy running Data Core. But this was getting, word spreads in this
like
game, in this community.
No. Oh, okay.
No, I would do that. I would do that to Idle.
Oh.
But yeah.
Let's never meet.
So shortly after that, from what I heard, I'm not in that fleet. People are starting to ask questions. TA7. Oh, there was also some event shenanigans. We'll skip that. He decided to retire once people started asking questions. And I see a screenshot of a discussion where he goes, it's time to retire this persona. And I'm like, well, that's an interesting choice of words. Because shortly after we started talking, I told him, I'm 90% sure you're Techman RO from I Am Picard. And he sent a little cheeky gif of Picard going, it's not me or whatever. And I'm like, all right, I got it. So
that was, I've had some conversations with them about various things over time. And yeah, Star Trek Legends started. And very instantly, there was a Star Trek Legends data core with information pulled from the game very fast. And I was just like, holy shit, this guy is a wizard with APIs and pulling data from games. And for those that haven't known, there have definitely been some dodgy, not dodgy ways, but some different ways about pulling unreleased assets from the game, from various servers, the real server or maybe their testing server. There were
The
definitely
staging server.
Yeah, or staging server, yeah, and there was definitely the reason that there were ways of people getting. There was a in the unofficial timeline server, which is run by Stellar Ice, who is also one of the mods on the official server. There was a unreleased crew chat, and where you could find them, and there's always a big question mark, like these are just stuff that's coming, pulling assets, and there was definitely an element of the data core had all that ready. Just as it was coming. So, Tech member of Temporal Age 7, very, 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 very clever person at doing what they do, and I wouldn't be surprised if there was a way they could just turn around and go, I'm going to run this command, and now I have 3 million honor.
That wasn't the only thing he was guilty of. You saw those screenshots. There's one more, because, he was able... A person, I'm not pointing any fingers, a person was able to use said external program to go outside to their tree and claw a voyage or a shuttle. There was one more thing they could do with it, and that was mailbox messages, especially if the mailbox had an attachment like sorry dilithium or sorry chronotons, and suddenly 100 sorry dilithium became 10,000 sorry dilithium, and 100 sorry crons became 10,000 sorry crons.
Isn't it good to just get this all out now? It's been sitting inside you all these years, just boiling away. You're gonna wake up tomorrow, you'll be like, I'm finally free. I have this past trauma with this shitty mobile game.
Actually, I slept great the last 2 years after I quit Timelines, so I don't know.
You weren't waking up at like stupid times in the morning to skirmish.
Yeah. So, Frank, that leads us very nicely into the offer wall. Do you happen to have that GIF ready, by the way? That would
I
be.
wish I did. Let
throw
me
that on
find
screen
it.
while we're talking.
I'll find it. Carry on while I'm finding it.
Yeah, so the offer wall, which is in a lot of games, it's just a way to cross-network players in other games. They offer you a little reward if you do or buy something in another game. So, offer wall launched, and a lot of people got upset. A few things were different back then. One of them, it was available on iOS too, I think, at that point. Oh, anyway, here's offer wall.
Here's offer wall.
That is perfectly tuned, Frank. Well done. So it was available on iOS, but it was only just like really scummy. What are they called? Surveys. They wanted all your personal information, and then they'd pay out dilithium. People were really angry about that. I was not happy with it.
No.
And then the other problem, as Frank outlined, was you could just multi-tap the offer wall rewards. So some of them that paid out like 100,000, you would get that times many times.
Oh, I didn't know that one.
Yeah.
Shit, I would have done it. I wouldn't have complained so much. Hey, do you remember when we streamed for 3 hours, got pissed, and quit the fucking game in this stream?
That was episode 7.
Yeah, it's 6 or 7 episodes into Timelines Talks. And now we're at 103.
You are the reason. You are the real reason there's no offer wall on iOS anymore. People can say it's because of the EU laws, but you guys drove it and pressured Ben to go, all right, shit, what do we need to do?
Oh, hang on.
Android, who cares?
I mean, it's the genesis of...
How have you gotten so many fucking golds? I went 40 packs with Valor Gold today.
Because I went... if anyone's seen that GIF, that is because I decided to spend... No, you had to have context for this. I decided to spend all my honor, and it was during the honor sale, and I was just pulling golds, and you were so pissed you didn't work out that I wasn't just doing normal beholds, and you were just like, how are you get... What? Why are you getting so many golds? That's because I'm doing fucking gold beholds. Like, this is why... The only other time I've seen you that drunk, on stream is when we did that Star Trek Adventures improv, and we got like 10 minutes in and you'd done like 3 beers.
That was rough. That was pretty rough by the end of it. Yeah, if you want to go watch some Timelines Talks history, episode 7. Not only did I get pissed, Alex at the end was crying, telling us how much he loved us as friends. Right at the end, right before he cut the stream. So you don't remember that, do you?
I don't. I need to go. Yeah. I've actually never gone back and watched that. I probably should.
So anyway.
I mean, I do love you guys.
Those two things happened. People were upset, and we shuttered the big book. Oh, my word. People were so up in arms. Because the issue was, I was going to stop playing. I quit playing. Stars and Gardas quit playing. I don't know if Idle quit
I did,
completely.
yeah.
He may have. But I'm like, I'm not going to play anymore. So I'm obviously not going to update this free resource for everyone after I've stopped playing. People were so mad. They're like, how dare you quit over this? Take the moral high ground, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, bro, I'm not going to be playing, so I'm not going to keep updating this for you. That was like a 40-page thread. People are so mad about the offer wall. I will say to Ben's credit, WRG Ben, not Idle's son Ben. He checked in on Stars and I in the weeks afterwards. He's like, hope you guys are doing well. You know, these are the steps we're taking. They had like 3 announcements a day saying this is what we're going to try to do to fix this and all that stuff. And they made a few changes. People stopped getting angry. And part of the reason I came back at that time was like, oh, well, Ben obviously does care about the people that play this game. So good on him. So we decided to come back after, I don't know, like 2 months, 3 months or something.
No, it wasn't even that long, I don't think. I think it was like a month. I think it wasn't as long.
No, it was longer than that.
Okay.
And the big book never returned.
Actually, well, it returned bigger and better than ever. Thanks to one namer, no name namer, and creating the amazing Big Book 2.0, which no longer exists.
Yes, which also then went down to protest something else, which is becoming a theme at this point.
Well, we need to bring something back so we can protest. Like,
okay, Big Book 3.0 is launched, and I'm shutting
down.
it down. That's out. Next one will be Big Book 4.0. Whoever wants to start that, that's fine.
Frank, do you have any fond offer wall memories?
So I was not into it in the beginning because I didn't like the concept until somewhere down the line, I got an Android tablet at a used game store for $30 so I could do offer wall because it's the only way I could to try it out. And I saw some offers on a 4X weekend. I said, holy shit, this is great. And I started doing the math and said, if I spend
Raid Shadow Legends, this is so much a better game. Holy shit, look at this content.
That was one of them. If I spend this much money,
we're not sponsored by them, by the way.
No. Actually, not.
We're literally the only stream to have never been sponsored by Raid Shadow.
Yeah, we've never been big enough to be sponsored by anyone.
But we could today. We need to be sponsored by that.
I get it. It is not funny, but I get it.
That and Factor, I think.
We did get
so.
Anyway, sorry, no.
No, there wasn't there. I don't remember. We should have been sponsored by Legends.
I got some sort of Twilight Zone fanzine messaging me at one point to say, like, do you want to talk about the Twilight Zone? I think that's the extent of it.
Bro, hell yes. Why didn't you tell me about that? I would.
We have a show to talk about.
I think it's still on our Trek Time email. Go have a look. I think I saved it on there. Have a look. I think I did message it to you, didn't I? Oh, maybe we'd fallen out at that point.
But my
oh yeah, we'll talk about how much Isla and I hate each other later. That's coming.
Yeah, that's 3 more down. So eventually what happened for me, with the offer while I joked about it earlier, but I started doing math and I said, okay, I spent this much money on timelines last year. If I just stop spending completely and I take that money and I put it aside and I say, I'll spend out of that money, not all of it, but I'll spend out of that money when the offer wall is 4X and then I'm good, then I should be okay. I did that twice and I never spent again. And it was magical. It lasted longer than it should have.
I will admit, I was very very, very critical of the overwall mostly because of the survey stuff. I ended up looking at it for some of the games, and I forget which game it was. I loaded it up, and it was some post-apocalyptic.
They're all
builder.
the same.
Yeah,
they're all skins
I
of the
got
same.
like about 10-15 minutes in, and I was like, I can't do this with my life. Yeah. I can't spend valuable moments of my life looking at this. I'm already wasting it on timelines. Like it's like I'll just pay $15.99 for my 24 disappointing pulls.
I was really into the donating $20 to charity because there's like 100 different charities you can donate to, and if you give them $20, they'll give you $100 worth of dilithium.
How many Manscaped grooming? Did he do those Manscaped grooming packages, Frank?
I did not do Manscaped because you had to buy.
Was it Cisco?
Cisco did Olay. He actually made money off that. He got his wife involved. He bought all that shit, got his wife's help. They repackaged it, sold it on eBay, ended up making money, which was fucking brilliant.
Yeah, too.
Absolutely fucking brilliant. No, I did not do Manscaped, but I did do a bunch of donations, but they have to be on a credit card because they're recurring. And you can cancel them only by calling an 800 number and telling the ASPCA that you no longer want to give money to their Adopt Homeless Dogs charity because you just wanted to do it once for currency on your shitty mobile game.
They hold up the phone receiver to some whimpering dog. They're like, listen to this before you cancel.
Angel is playing in the background, you know. So I got smart and started using disposable debit, like little gift cards that have $20.05 on it. And then it was problem solved. And somebody else figured out on the Discord, hey, if you like reset your Google data or something, they forget you ever did offer wall. So you can just do the same offers again.
Oh, like, wow.
Well, thank you. So that was great fun. Now those offers like Olay, I haven't seen in forever. I think Lance killed that for everybody. I don't know.
Yeah. By the way, this stream is not sponsored by a VPN service
Manscaped.
that you probably do. Yeah, Manscaped. We're sponsored by some sort of we're not sponsored by anyone. No one loves us. Awful was fun.
I do feel a little bit like one of those shitty political grifter podcasts where we're the only ones telling you the truth on this show.
The real truth, yeah. Our manufactured truth that we've been distributed from our higher ups somewhere along the chain. Yeah. Awful was a weird time. I didn't like it, and I think if I'd have taken a step back and looked at a lot of other games, there were other games that are still out there that are doing Awful Walls that do have the surveys and shit like that. I was playing some other one, and I was playing some it was Necromerger, which I quite enjoyed. I had a good time with Necromerger, good game, but they also, and it's a single player game. They have a premium currency with an offer wall in it. I looked through it and just kind of went, oh yeah, like all this, and it's just like it wasn't just timelines, but it felt, for some reason, it just felt very personal to us at the time. And I don't know if it's because of we were working closely with Ben, or just we're in this game and it's
because we put in hundreds of hours a month supporting this game through third party stuff, so we felt it was a parasocial relationship with a mobile game. That's what it was.
Yeah,
we all thought we had some kind of ownership because we really cared and there was a good community and we put in the time. But companies are going to company, so. All right, what else is on the list? Speaking of the Big Book 2 shutting down, let's talk about skirmishes a little bit. I happen to win 10 skirmishes in the past. That's not me bragging. I'm deeply ashamed of the time I spent on those skirmishes. It was a huge mistake, much like the Big Book.
Hello, ladies. I'm Automaton 2000, and yes, I have won 10 skirmishes.
You would be shocked how many times.
It's like the video dating
works.
services from the late 80s.
Were they bigger than you? Oh, right. Did you do pistols at dawn?
No, it was a William Wallace cosplay, and it was medieval England. Anyways, it was the Battle at Falkirk. I remember it well. No, but yeah, people love to accuse me of cheating, and they were half right. And here's the brief story of how I cheated to win all my skirmishes. So, if you look in the terms of service, it may still be there. It was at the time. It said...
Wait, did you legal your way into a skirmish win? Did you take them to court and say, I'll settle everything if you give me 37 million skirmish points? And they went, yeah, it's fine, don't give a shit. It's better than money.
No, that would have been a better story than what actually happened. At the time, it said emulators are not allowed. They were violating the terms of service. So technically, anyone who used BlueStacks or Mimu or any of those, they were technically cheating because it's not allowed. So that I technically cheated. But I used an emulator because of A, offer wall, and B, ads. You couldn't get that. You can't get that on Windows 10 app or Steam or Facebook or any piece. I like to play on PC. So I'm skirmishing away on my emulator. There's a function there to keybind. If you press A, for example, it will press an action on the screen wherever you put A. So instead of tapping on my phone, which would overheat, I keybind stuff for skirmishes. So if I hit A, it will fire, ability number 1 or whatever. So did I cheat? Yes. Technically, I used an emulator, but I didn't automate a damn thing. I literally spent 40 hours in a row not sleeping, tapping things over and over again, and it destroyed my marriage, let me tell you. It was one of the reasons why I'm no longer married. So I can just say, for people that think I'm cheating, no, I did something much stupider than that. And I spent too much time doing events. So I just want to say, you can call me a lot of things, call me a moron, call me ugly. That one's definitely true. But I did not
This could be an SNL skit where the wife comes home, barges through the door, pissed, throws down her purse, and looks at you and goes, "You cheated. This marriage is over." And you break down in tears. You're like, "Yes, God, I cheated during the skirmish. Oh no!" She just stares at you like, "Fuck."
I can't wait for the outrage on Reddit tomorrow. The big headlines on the Star Trek timelines. He finally admits it.
No, they don't.
No, of course not. I mean, the thing is, at the end of the day, you've used I would call that an accessibility option. There's not
exactly.
I feel like there's not much difference between pressing the keys A to D and tapping on your screen. You've still got the response. I actually did try to play around with mouse localization on the screen to say, this time press this button and that one, so I could automate skirmish and walk away.
Macros.
It never worked because the fucking response time on timelines was never fucking consistent. I was like, I can just automate a skirmish and walk away, because fuck me if I want to sit here and do the same things. I'm gonna bloody get into the top 1,500 by tapping it. Why should I have to do the work anyway? But there you are. It didn't work.
I have seen people did macro galaxy events and stuff. There are videos out there.
There's the weird thing. You either have to set it really slow, so tap, wait for the response to go away, because the responses weren't always the same time every time, and so sometimes it would go out of sequence. It would start buying dilithium and then proving your credit card.
To argue about time.
We just don't have the
Who wants a warm martini?
Well, okay.
This close.
So close. Tell me about
that. Being said,
go on.
We're not done with skirmishes. Since I've retired, people have doubled my old score. What is that about? Because Big Book shut down. They accused someone of cheating. Someone did get banned. I can confirm someone got banned for cheating in events. I don't know who. But,
do we know how they cheated? Did we ever find that out?
No. Frank, do you know?
So it was an automation script. Basically, the old, kind of the old method of what you were talking about, but it's now a more evolved thing, using AI.
Oh, what?
And it basically played it at a human level, and it could solve the pop-up bot checks that they have.
Yeah.
But it did it in ways where there was no variation really in the time, and they just went back and looked at time signatures and said everything was exact. There was no human element that there was a dip or a pause. And they accumulated a lot of crons to start with, faster than you could have tapped. They went out to the tree to get their cron and turn it into intel.
All praise the timeline's tree.
Yes. Yes. So that was, and I don't know, I assume, and to anybody that's an active player these days, just assume somebody's cheating, because somebody's cheating.
They probably are.
They might not be cheating very well, but somebody's cheating somewhere.
Is that
that's just...
I will say, so back, the first event I won was 9 million points. And like you said, now they're doing 30, 50, 100 million.
Mm-hmm.
So I got I don't know, I was doing 15 million or something. Someone in the intervening months won an event with over 20 million. And I remember going, you were probably in on that conversation. I was on Discord being like, this guy must have cheated. Look how many more points he got than me. And then I realized by switching to the Windows 10 app, it was much faster. And I got
if you
even
shrunk
more
the window
points.
as well.
And then
Yeah,
and so I felt like a moron because I'm like, oh, I just accused this guy of cheating when then I turn around and get more points than him. So maybe before you accuse someone, they're actually not cheating. They're just better than you. That's also an option too. But that's the one that people never want to swallow, because I had to swallow it. And I'm like, yeah, that guy just did better than me.
People who live in
real
dilithium
life,
houses
that
shouldn't throw photons.
real life that happened to me, and I'll be the first one to admit it. I was bitching, and this was last year, a year before. I was bitching about Cisco because he just.
I thought you were going to say Baccarat.
No, I don't like that game. He first to max his cards like so stupidly fast that I could not beat him, and I got tilted because he beat me 2 days in a row on something. I'm like, there's no fucking way he beat me, and
that was really the tilting
tilted.
point for Frank.
That was my tilting
You
point.
said it. Woo! You've won.
The Romulan Rubber Ducky.
Yay! It's like the Pee Wee's Playhouse.
See, Star Trek Scouts, amazing.
And I was bitching in private to people, not present company, who.
No, I remember the bitching.
Who then went to other Discord servers and areas and said Cisco's cheating. I said I didn't say he's cheating. I just said, how the fuck is he so much faster than me? This is dumb. And Cisco, to his credit, bless him, just said, well, here's a video of me doing it.
Yeah, I remember that.
The simple answer was he had a faster phone that could skip the animations that iPhones can't.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, literally, I just have to go buy an Android device and problem solved. And I did. And then I beat him like a week later. I was like, got you, fucker. and then I stopped caring. But yeah, that was. But people would like still say, oh, he's cheating. And he would have to he did a video where he was literally playing on his phone with a camera over his shoulder showing that he was in fact doing it.
And there was a lot of people that were just like, well, they've just done a green screen overlay. I'm like, oh God, like, come on. There's so many, how many layers deep are we going to go here?
It's AI.
Then there was another video. Someone recorded him recording himself, and then there was a third video recording the person recording him recording the video.
Do you know what? It is very.
It was like that meme where they're in the church with the rifles.
No, I'm thinking about the guy that has multiple cameras posted around his room, and he's like switching to them like that. I have been tempted to do that a few times. I have a few webcams.
Hey, he's got that Olay money. I don't doubt it. He could.
By the way, I see Navark in chat. I just want to say
Navark.
I didn't cheat to win that galaxy. You were really good. You pushed me to the end of that event. I didn't cheat, though. I just
macroed.
I don't want you to think less of me. Like I said, ugly, occasionally deceitful, but I didn't cheat in that event. I can claim that. All right. Now, if you want to move us along to Polywater Yard.
I wouldn't say
you
ugly.
talk about Polywater Yard because you guys can talk about that more than I can. And I can go to the toilet and
You
get
just want to go
myself
to the
The Romulan Rubber Ducky.
Polywater Yard. I mean, it was a rug pull. It was shit. I mean,
it was so dumb.
They put a crew up for sale and in an event that was like the greatest arena crew since Chaotica that they then nerfed immediately. And everybody said, oh my God, this is going to be like the greatest thing for skirmishes. I'm going to get 4 copies. Wow. And people spent money and got 4 copies. And day after the packs were gone, they said, oh yeah, she sucks now.
All right, so the background info is she had a skirmish ability that it did 400% damage at 2 seconds. Nothing was nearly that close. People bought them in the event packs ahead of time, put 4 of them on their ships, and by 2 seconds into an arena, you were dead. There was no counterplay, nothing you could do. Cloaks, no ships had cloaks that came online that fast. You were just dead. So people bought them. They vented for her. I think packs run to the next Wednesday or whatever at server time. And when they did the server change that day, they switched over. They nerfed her ability at the exact moment packs were no longer for sale. It was the shittiest corporate move of all time. People were mad for a month. They were messaging customer support. They're like, this is dumb. I want my money back. They weren't going to give money back. They're like, I want to switch. Let's switch characters. Give me, Captain Killy was the next best option. They're like, no, we're not going to do that. This is what we'll do or whatever. And people just wouldn't let it go. They kept writing forum posts and sending customer support tickets. Finally, a month after that rug pull, they put a little message up there like, all right, we'll either switch it for the Captain Killy or something else. There was another option, and then that finally mollified people.
This fucker didn't wash his hands. Everybody just heard that flush. He didn't wash his hands.
I absolutely did wash my hands. Doesn't take long. Anyway, I've had a shower. I'm clean. Carry on. I polywatered my It's fine. Just for that, you get a
muzzle it.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a Romulan rubber ducky.
Oh, you can have one of those as well. Oh no, wrong page. There.
The Romulan rubber duck.
Oh, you got a Romulan rubber duck.
I want to. I want to lighten things up now because we've gotten a little bit heavy. I want to talk about the rivalry between the Big Book and Cab.
Oh, that was fun. Oh, I need. Oh, and I'm not going to play it. It's too long. But I did the Lord of the Rings thing. But yeah, go on.
That is, you can do it as the outro if you want.
I'll get that far. I'll find it. Where the fuck did I put that? Carry on.
So people thought there was some like rivalry because we were both crew evaluation websites or whatever. There wasn't really a rivalry. I'll say we talked so much shit about Cab in the Big Book Discord channel. We're like, look how bad their ratings are, and you know that kind of
Not even
stuff.
considering traits. Fucking amateurs.
Yes, but we never talked shit about A Traveling Man or Dangevin, which are both fantastic men. I'm friends with both of them. They're awesome. So people are pushing this rivalry. I'm like, no, we're actually friends. It's not even a competition. Like if we get your business, they don't lose business. No one was making money on this. It's all free effort to help out the community. So the rivalry existed insofar as we would like shit on each other behind the scenes. I joined their Discord once and vanity searched myself and they just like shit on us too. I'm like, all right, I feel vindicated because like they also think our system sucks.
We invited Dan into the admin channel on Timeline Talks because he was going to be an on-screen person. He's going to be a host. And the very first thing, the second he joins, Otto says, "Go ahead and vanity search Cab. We talk shit." It's like the first post.
I will say also, they did push us to be better because if we thought one of the rankings were stupid, we'd be like, all right, why do we think it's stupid? How can we do it better? What should we be taking into consideration? So I do think we made each other better. And like I said, Traveling Man, Dangevin, two of the loveliest people in Timeline's history. I have zero negative things to say about either of them, other than they ranked Human Saru too low that one time. So.
No, it's fun. I mean, competition breeds success, really, at any point, you know. And it's, you know, you can have a friendly rivalry. You know, you talk is like talking shit. We were just talking like, as if like saying like, well, why are they doing that? And it's like it was like a critical shit talk, essentially, as opposed to like, well, these guys are just. We were never saying like these guys are dicks for doing this. It was always a case of just like, well, why have they done this?
No, we were the dicks because we talked way more shit. We were better shit talkers than them too. Not only did we rank our crew better, we talked shit better.
In my defense, I was messaging them. Well, I was messaging Traveling Man and saying the same things, like saying like, why aren't you rating this? Why aren't we doing this? Have you tried this? I was on the Discord doing exactly the same thing. So it wasn't a case of like I was talking behind their back. I was talking to them directly, saying, and they would always come back and go like, well, this is why we're rated like this, and they come back and say, these are the things we think matter, and those are the things that you think matter. And I was like, fair enough. I used to come and go, my argument was like, you're wrong, but okay. And I still stand by that.
We even had fun talking about football because he was a Detroit Lions fan and I'm a Packers fan, so we even gave each other shit about that too. But
it's all fun.
That's neither here nor there. All right, what else is on the list?
Oh, I don't know.
This is our Festivus airing of grievances around the metal pole, by the way.
Offer War we've done. You've hacked. Celestial Market we've done. Timelines Talks and WRG's relationship. Our little ours and Ben's early days where we went through sort of a bit of elation and then like, are they just
we were chums.
We were chums, but we were also we had concerns. Okay, I should talk to this a bit more. So,
well, you lead us off.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So early days, you know, I think just, you know, before the offer war, we got a message. I got this message from some guy called Ben saying, "Hello, it's me from." It wasn't WRG at the time. No, was it WRG? It was, wasn't it? When we started.
It was just after they changed over.
Yeah, it was just after the changeover. So he says, and I had to message Shan saying, this guy called Ben has just messaged me. Is he one of you? And like she goes, yeah, no, he's trying to get in contact. So we were quite chuffed and sort of saying, oh, cool. Then now WRG's turning a leaf. Maybe they're going to be in more contact. And he came on, and we had some pretty successful Q&As. We had about 3 or 4 of them, and they were, you know, all fairly decent.
We did 7, I think, 7 or 8 in total, and they came on some charity streams.
He came on the award show as well. So I have not got anything but good words to say about Ben and Joe and Fury and everyone else. Who was the other one? There was a fourth one.
and sat there as we said, worst art of the year goes to.
Yeah, but they were in on the joke for the stuff they do. And
Yeah.
like I was regularly told,
Carmen came on at
Matt.
least once.
was
He
it,
was
yes.
great.
Yeah. And we definitely, you know, in that day before the big layoffs happened, where sadly we lost Carmen and Fury, there was definitely talk of like, yeah, they would have timelines talks on, and we would have this kind of nice little fun little relationship. But there were a few promises that were given to us that weren't upheld, and there was definitely an element of what would you say the word is, Auto? Like I can't quite vocalize it. Like we felt a little bit disappointed in some part, not because we expected them to give us everything because we were their special friends. Like we definitely had that kind of balanced relationship that like no, I'm trying to think of like there was definitely some complaints we had back in the time when we were kind of getting very disgruntled because
They weren't being very generous lovers.
No, and it wasn't.
They
even a give
reached
or take
around, but they didn't cup. And I want cupping when you reach around.
You've
so.
definitely got to massage the thing. No, it was.
No, I wouldn't even say that. I don't have bet. All right, there were a couple tiny little quibbles. One, and this is actually a hilarious one. They said, "Hey, do you want to beta test this new feature? It's called Continuum Missions." And we're like, "Sure, we're up for that." And they said, "You have to sign an NDA." We said, "No problem." So about 2 weeks before Continuum Missions, Celestial Marketplace. Yes. 2 weeks before that released, they're like, we're not going to do that. We want to kind of fast track. It's going to come out soon. So they released it. Buy Again happened. That huge kerfuffle. And part of me was like, oh, well, that's what you get for not beta testing it properly. But even that was not he didn't promise we could. He said, hey, do you want to do this? No. We said, sure. And then he said, no. That was like a tiny little thing. I don't blame anyone for that. That's how the wheels turn.
I think like
the only issue I had.
Go on.
Sorry, please.
No, I was going to say like I think it was a lot of a case of like we would.
Sorry, go on.
We would. Sorry, no, you talk. No, we would talk about.
No, you go. Go on.
Don't make me press the fucking button. No, we would talk to like Ben occasionally, and then he.
I think Ida was saying.
He goes silent. Oh, fuck it! Right, you've earned this.
The Romulan rubber ducky.
Yeah. No, we would talk to Ben on Discord, and we actually had a private Discord with him and the other WRG people for the purposes of doing the streams and occasionally punching a community message in. This was before they had their own Discord where they had a bit jury's out on whether that's a more effective method of getting through to them. But I feel like occasionally like he'd be silent for ages and then he'd pop up when he'd go, oh, you guys want to do this again? And they would have a new feature to show. As opposed to, I think what you wanted, Auto, was Ben to come on like when we did the Butter Zone or a Tearing, or just sort of be a bit more pally with him to show that they were human. I remember you saying like, oh yeah, we want the kind of more human version. We don't want them to present something. We just want like Ben and Joe and Carmen and Fury to come on and just like, let's just have a social moment. Let's just have this moment where you can pretend like you're good developer. Well, not pretend you're good developers. That's the wrong word. Yes, sorry. Terrible word.
I don't remember saying that.
I did not say that. I did not intend to say that.
Hold on.
Go on. Yeah, you carry on.
Let me try to explain this. What I told him, and this was shortly after the Buy Again thing, the forums were in shambles.
Oh, God.
People would unretire just to post vitriolic shit.
Frank.
One of the employees told me they were sent multiple death threats by people on the forums, like threatening their family and children and stuff. It was really fucked up. Like we're talking toxic community stuff that has played out with, I guess, with Joe saying he's taking personal days. I didn't know about that, but good for him. I hope they work. So this was shortly after that. So I said, well, why don't you guys come on for more relaxed streams? We can still talk about Star Trek. We can talk about other games you guys play, to try to provide a little more access to the developers so that people see they can't just hurl insults at these names and avatars on the forums and not know who they're talking to. I thought that might help, reduce the hatred and vitriol they were getting.
And also,
he declined some.
We've had good
I don't blame him for that.
Yeah.
Like putting yourself out there also has its drawbacks, so I don't blame him at all for that. I think what you're talking about is, they would say, oh, we have a new feature. We want to test it. They didn't have their back then either. I don't know. Maybe we felt like we were being used by them.
A little bit, yeah.
We were between a rock and a hard place because the people, other players thought we were getting either special access Or like I won my events because I knew Ben. I heard that one a lot too.
Yeah,
or like we were getting dilithium paid or whatever.
No, we got
None of that was true. We just, yeah. So between that and then on the other side, working through Shan was not the most pleasant experience.
Yeah, I mean,
this one time, Ben told us, all right, I'd like you to get these community questions, please. Put them all in a shared doc for us, and then send it to Shan, and she can help vet them. So we're like, all right, so we do that. We posted that on our Discord. People put in all these questions. We put them all in the doc, send it to Shan, and she got like upset. She's like, "This is way too much. We didn't ask for this," and almost got a little personal at me. And I'm like, "Okay, we were asked to do this by one of your coworkers. Could you please check with them and make sure?" So she did, and she goes, "Oh, my mistake." And we were like bewildered. We're like, "All right, we're doing this free PR for you. And we're taking heat on a lot of things. Why aren't you asking?" One person insulted our, quote, journalistic integrity on the forums because we weren't asking hard enough questions. I'm like, bro, we're a Twitch stream talking about a video game. Like, there's no journalism going on here.
I remember laughing to my wife and sort of going up to her and saying, like, someone's questioned my journalistic integrity. She goes, what fucking journalism are you doing? I'm just like, exactly.
But to be fair, Otto, you really have no idea what it takes to run a mobile game.
I fucking forgot.
That was one of our
about
favorite
that.
Shan
Oh my
quotes.
god, yes. What was that?
Little did we know
to?
she was actually one of the better community managers outside of 1 or 2 moments.
Oh, so
I would kill to have her back.
Willing sacrifices in the chat, please. No, what was that in response to? Like, you have no idea what take. There was some thread, and there was like, and I'm thinking like, you can't assume that some people in here aren't game developers. For fuck's sake, they're Star Trek fans. Guaranteed, someone's going to be in IT somewhere.
I mean, I would, like, she would make a mistake or whatever on an announcement. I would message her and she would gaslight me and be like, "No, that's correct." I'm like, I'm not sure it is. So, like I said, she was pleasant. There were a few moments where, and that is the first and last negative thing I'll say about anybody who we interacted with at Disruptor BWG, because I will say outside of that, they were fantastic. Yeah. They were fairly responsive. I mean, Ben and Joe, whenever I message them, I get an answer. We've talked about things like if there's a bug, you can message him directly, he allowed us to.
Yeah. I was telling
Carmen
Joe about
and Fury. We talked to.
Yeah, Fury's great. I was telling Joe about when they launched Star Trek Legends, about all the hacks I found in that as well. So no, Fury's great. She found out she's a massive Deep Rock Galactic fan when me and Dam from the Data Call were playing that as well. So we tried to get her on a game of that as well. No, they were good funs, and I think there was like the element of when WRG were trying to become their own entity, when it was like the 4 of them plus their other resources as well. And they were talking about, hey, they had the captain's chair, didn't they? And some other DB stuff, and they had Star Trek on there, and they kind of like there was that brief period when they were talking. I was like, oh wow, cool. This feels like it's being run by Star Trek fans. They're engaging with us, and it felt like, hey, cool. We're running our stream, they're running the game, and like it feels like we're doing this for a reason. We're doing Timelines talks for a reason. The developers appreciate us, and like they appreciate the game. And then the firings happened.
And that was a bleed over. That was a bleed over from the Disruptor Beam days, because that was their attitude then. Back in 2017, they used to have fan conventions back with the Game of Thrones game too, and Timelines, where when people would just go to Boston and meet them and drink.
Do you remember when Ben joined our chat? He said, "I've got something to show you." He was at a convention and was showing us.
Yeah, he live streamed from the convention.
He was showing us printouts of the Fleet boss battles, wasn't he? That they'd printed out at Las Vegas? Was it Star Trek
in black
Las
and
Vegas?
white to save toner?
Yeah. But he was so excited and came on and just like came and did that, and I was just like, "This is great! I love this. I like that we had that relationship that like he can just say like message saying like I've got something to show you. I know you're streaming." I'm like, "Okay, cool. Come on in. Let's do this." Right in the middle of
that was
Ben?
Back when they were people.
Yeah,
I guess. And now
Ben,
now they're not.
Ben is a real one.
Yes,
I've never had an even slightly negative experience with Ben. He genuinely cared. I can see why he kept getting promoted, and we all love Ben. I just want to put that out there.
He came on our award show and wore a suit and participated through the whole thing, and that was
Dude, we did WRG Gaff of the Year, and he took it totally in stride.
right.
So props to him.
But I think it's because we were quite straight. We said like, "Ha, you fucked up here, didn't you?" And he's like, "Yeah, we did."
Speaking of fucking up, so after WRG called the herd, fired several people. One of them reached out. They added Idle and I to a chat. And they're like, all right, you deserve to hear the whole answer. So this is what has happened the last few months leading up to the firing. They told you left. I still have it.
Oh, you still got it. Yeah, okay.
And so they're like, whatever you want to know, ask me and I'll tell you. And it wasn't all that juicy, but they were a little bit disgruntled with how things played out, obviously, since they were fired. But it wasn't even that scandalous. But it was interesting to me that they felt like they could reach out to us, which was just a nice little thing.
We
like,
also had a chat.
It is.
I don't know if that's the same person, but the guy that got hired to be a developer after people got fired reached out to us, and then they went, "Oh, I'm moving to a different company now." Is that the same person?
Different.
I don't want to name names just in case I'm getting confused here.
Yeah,
no,
that's a different one.
I believe. No, because I reached out to Carmen.
Yes.
Because we were sort of told a few people who were fired. I messaged Carmen. I told him how much we missed him. His energy was great. These people came on a charity stream and donated out of pocket. So I have zero to say negative about people at Disruptor being on WRG. But I just messaged him and said, we really appreciated you missed you. We could tell you cared about the product, and so.
No, it was 8-Bit Snail, who was one of the developers that messaged us to say, "Hi, I'm here, and I'm going to talk about things."
Him as well.
He was cool, and then he didn't get fired or
That's
anything. He
Matt.
just went, "I'm going to move over to a different game." Where we're like, "Good luck, you're making the right choice." And he was cool because he was the developer that was, I think, and probably a good segue here was when we were when Namer was doing the unofficial timelines change list. And he was the one.
Well, Namer and I co-did that.
Yes.
He did that as part of the Big Book 2.0. Whenever there was a server push, he would plumb the depths of the JSON and pull all the changes. And Shan had JSON, and he had a problem, or Shan had a problem posting the changes. They were a little bit lackadaisical in those days. So what we did, this is my favorite moment in forum history. Namer would post the actual changes, and then we would go on the forums, started the unofficial change log, and posted every time they would make a change. And after about the 10th time, finally, they started posting the actual patch notes in the Starfleet communications, which is, I don't know if we've changed them into that, but...
And seen if anyone had noticed. Like, just every 1 in 3 was just complete bullshit. Like, every time you send a shuttle, you get 2 dilithium.
No, that would have jeopardized our journalistic integrity, Idle.
Yes, okay, sorry.
Muzzle it.
Why is that one getting repeated? Yeah, so, I know. And just
that's all I have to say about WRG. It was a generally really pleasant relationship. Yeah, I don't want to speak for you, Idle, but I will say by the end it felt like
it was strained.
There were things they needed to be doing as a company.
Yeah.
And we felt stuck between the players who were upset if they didn't get the right Q&A answers they want, and then a company with that was a little bit like...
Yeah, we wanted to ask the question. You know, there was all the questions we were getting from the community to say that we'd pass on. We would pass pretty much all of them on, and then we'd kind of get the same answers from Ben. And sympathy for Ben, he was also rocking a hard place because he had WRG below him and Timelines TP above him. And you can see he's working his way up. He's and like I think Frank said before, he is now in a very good position where he is overlord of something somewhere.
I think he's in charge of the coffee maker.
Yeah.
In the office.
Oh, Trevor, nice guy. Yeah. There is a definite balance between, especially when you're in that position. And I can appreciate in my own work where there are certain things you can say and certain things you can't say. Because that will get you in a whole load of shit and they get you fired. And in this kind of economy, you know, you need to have your fucking job. So definitely don't blame it, but it's just a shame that some of the things he could have asked, like a lot of people were always asking about a Fleet Boss Battles expansion, and it took him about a couple of like attempts to kind of go like, yeah, no, we're not doing that anymore. Although, didn't I hear that they might be looking at that again?
They are doing it.
Oh, fuck me.
Yes.
They dangle that and expeditions every so often, but
yeah. They've gone back to the well so many times. Yeah. The well is empty. And so now it's okay, we'll do a new bridge and we'll do a new boss and we'll do new materials and we'll do a one-off expedition event and don't ask for anything else.
Yeah. We'll bring back all the old
bugs. And that'll take a year and a half. Yeah.
I think, it's a little bit like we wanted them to be transparent, but we couldn't expect them to be too transparent because you can't just come out and say, oh yeah, we're not doing it anymore. It didn't make us any money. And we can appreciate why you wouldn't just say that because that's just... why would you? Oh, it did make us money. We're going to do something else. But then they kind of do some other weird things.
I mean, my height of frustration with them had nothing to do with the show. It was the fucking traits where I put together this huge list.
The trait audit. Oh,
and then they're like, all right, we're going to do a trait audit.
Fuck
Where should we start? And someone on the forums were like, there's already a fucking list. Why don't you look at that? We tried so many times to talk to Ben or Shan. We're like, we will do the work for you. We can crowdsource, we can vet. No one knows the shows better than us. I'm like, if there's criteria, like if you only want a crew to have 8 and no more, that's fine. Let us know what you're looking for. Yeah. We can do the groundwork for you. And they're like, no, they just like completely ignored us. And then when it was time for them to do it, then they're like, oh, we didn't know that people cared about this. I'm like, all right, you guys,
I think
really
that was one
touch.
point you went, fuck it. And you had a few months off, didn't you? That was one of your excursions. It was a bit of a piss.
Again, that's all on me for putting too much care and effort into a fucking mobile game. I should have learned my lesson.
But it's not just well. Here's the thing, and I will equate it like we were saying, like, oh, it's a mobile game. It's Star Trek. At the end of the day, we've always equated this to being the fandom that we love so much, and we've spoken about this on this channel so many times, how much of a personal relationship we have with Star Trek, and that's not even in a weird nerdy way, like myself as well, my father and things like that. It's like
it is also in a weird nerdy way, though.
Yeah, true. But it's a case of like, I don't know, and I'm just pulling out of my ass right now. We look at a Picard variant and you go, right, why doesn't he have human? I'm like, or why doesn't he have I can't. It's been so long about the game, I can't even remember any of the traits anymore. But there were some stupid omissions. Why the fuck is Human Neelix a fucking Timelines Originals when he was in First Contact? Like, and it's not even Neelix. Like, it's stupid things like that we would get wound up on. And it's not. And it's one of those things that they can do a very, 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 very quick fix on. They can just switch and go, quick trait change. We fix this problem. It is now lore accurate. It didn't seem important, but it's one of those things that are not important that could kind of go a long way. Go on, Otto.
Frank, tell me about the player council, because that was already dissolved by the time I started playing. We tried heartily to bring it back. We're like, a lot of these people care. They're already involved. They're already doing the work anyways. Why don't you just do a player council? You can at least listen to and then ignore later if you want, but they weren't even willing to go that far. Frank, tell me about the original player council.
Thousands of years ago, existed a council of trusted captains to give their guidance and opinions to the leaders of the fleet. Then one day, a Romulan rubber ducky blew it all up. No.
A what?
Romulan rubber ducky!
Back in the early days of the game, and for those that don't know, yes, the game technically came out in January of 2016, but actually it was out a few months before that. It was just in like closed beta, where if you knew, you knew, and you could play it. If you were playing the Game of Thrones game, you could play it. If you were on their Facebook page, you could play it. They established a players council pretty quickly, and basically the players council was a group of there were 2 layers of it. There was the first layer, which is a selected group of captains from a bunch of different fleets and spend habits that would be in a chat group on both the forums and on Facebook. And they would get talked to about things that are going on and give their opinions, and their opinions carried weight because it was a representation of the larger community. And that would be funneled into the devs and the producers, who could then take it and make adjustments, because in the early days of the game, shit sucked. Like, there's a lot of broken stuff. It still is, but it was bad. And then there was the second layer, the super double secret probation layer, where you sign an NDA and you got access to game features that had not yet been implemented, and you got to test those on a test account on Facebook. So you got to play Gauntlet before anybody else did. You got to do Voyages before anybody else did. You got to see this or that. And then you would give your feedback and say, oh, this is great. Oh, this is terrible. Those were great because they did provide real-time feedback that did produce results. People would say, hey, this skill, I don't even remember a specific instance, but there was a new character came out and they were traded to beat a node on the galaxy map that you needed them to beat, but they were a little weak. And the devs took that feedback and added like a trait or something to it, suddenly boosted the skill, and now you could pass the galaxy map if you had that one character. So stuff like that happened just because they listened. And this was also back in the day when it was, Disruptor Beam, and they took stuff very seriously. They also had 64 employees. They were huge company. That's why there's no more Disruptor Beam. You didn't need, they had a lot of games they were trying to do. Radoff was trying. He was trying to conquer the world. Now he just climbs mountains, I think.
Man, pre-COVID was a wild time.
Wild time. And they were the nicest people. Even Shan at that time, because she wasn't so stressed. But she was the community manager for Game of Thrones, so she was all right. But they were like, I went to PAX East in Boston, and Ben's counterpart, who was Ben at the time, Nod, just like stopped what he was doing and walked around the floor with me and introduced me to people and just talked, just like a normal human would, just like we talked about we want. That stuff's gone now. Partially because there's only 2 employees, but also they've very much fallen into the trap of there's a bigger picture looming up ahead, TP, and what TP wants is all of this very hyper-specific metrics. And that's all they talk about now in their messaging to players is metrics. We are trying to hit metrics, and this does not align with our metrics. And Joe, who's become the public face of the game, because Ben has not been seen on Discord or posted on Discord in like 4 months. He's there, but he's like not there. So it's just Joe. Joe types, God bless him. I love him. Nice guy. Cute baby. He just had a baby. He didn't. His wife did. He didn't participate. He was in the corner eating a sandwich.
Briefly.
He participated in that, not in the birth.
Okay. But he was present. Well, I hope he's present.
He was present,
probably
yes.
working on a voyage bug of some kind.
He was working on the voyage event, actually. He talks when he types and he lists something out to the community. It is the most frustrating corporate doublespeak you will ever read in your life. And people detest it. It looks like he has prepped it for a slide of executive review at 4 p.m. in a meeting. But he has to do it.
That's not entirely exclusive to things like timelines. That's all over.
Yeah, I know.
Kind of industry.
I know.
I'm not excusing it, but it's shit.
If he didn't speak like that, he wouldn't have survived this long. It's not
correct. Correct. That's the only reason he's still got a job, and he's got to think about his wife and his kid, as Ben does. They've got responsibilities, and I, as a nerd, yeah.
Did he? When?
I assume he did, didn't he? I thought he was pregnant.
No. Ben is Joe's child. Joe's about 25 years older than Ben.
That's right.
Oh, right, okay. Sorry. I was going to say
the kind of info you'll only get on Timelines Talks. Sorry, if I can interrupt you, I just want to say, because we're slightly critical of Joe, I want to say, when, what was that last feature that launched? That was the Voyage event or whatever. He came over to our Discord, and he sat while Frank beta tested it, spending mass amounts of dilithium. He asked us what we thought, what our feedback was, so it's not like they're completely shuttered and only talking to us through a straw anymore. It's like they do actually care. They do solicit feedback. So, like, I know these past few events have been very frustrating, but let's try to keep perspective a little bit.
You could not pay me to be in his shoes right now.
No.
I would not want to be the last man standing at the helm of this. The game shows no signs of slowing down, despite whatever shit I want to talk. They're making money. I promise you, they are making money. They just won an award from the web store vendor, Xzola, for being one of the most top profitable web stores in 2025.
Aren't they Xzola's only web store?
No, Exola, they're all over the place. You would think now that joke would have worked.
Yeah,
that joke would have worked had I not stepped on it.
Sorry. No, that's fine.
They are Exola. They own the web store.
I'm going to look up Exola. I forgot about that. I remember we were looking into Exola at one point when they started.
Exola is the name of Ben's child. They named the web store after.
Oh, God. That's proper tragedy, kind of. Yeah.
But yeah, you couldn't pay me to be in his position because it's a thankless position and there's no winning. He cannot please everybody. He can't please half the people.
It's rocking a hard place, and it depends. But the problem for the people that are playing that care, which to be fair, probably out of the entire player base of Star Trek Timelines, they don't get into the weeds like we do. They just log on, do their dailies, and talk to their fleet people. I think for the people that do care and then want the developers to care, which at one point we kind of think they did. Like I said, when we were early days talking and we had the four of them, they were talking about, yeah, we got the captain's chair, we put Star Trek on, we're looking for crew. Nowadays, I don't think there's any of that. They're just literally, they're harvesting the screen caps from Trek Core and gone hey, here's a character we haven't got yet. Let's just put them in.
I will say, I saw that one Picard that came out. I'm like, that's literally just a photo. They didn't even add the red-blue shading on that giveaway Picard. I'm like,
remember
what
good
are we
artist,
doing
bad
here?
artist conversation? There was always there was the A artist and the B artist. And we know when they got
that
the
was
good
true.
One. That was true.
That was true. You could tell.
The good artist, Mike Gardner, they pretty much exclusively use him now. But you can see when he's got a lot of work going on and he doesn't have time for timelines because it's just photorealistic. Here you go. And then times where he might be a little slower. It's like, oh, this is nice art. And then there's times where he's unavailable or on vacation or he's with Ben's kid and they dig the bad artist up from the grave. You're like, oh no.
I'm just looking over some of the art now, and there's some questionable stuff in here. Some good stuff. There's always the things
hold on,
there's the one with the weird squints. There's the ones that look really good, and then there's the photos.
Why aren't we talking about big bases? This is Timelines Talks. That's the one thing that we do well on this show.
Who's got the big bases now? Shall I have a look? I'm on datacore.app. If you've not used datacore.app.
God, I don't even know who the tops are.
So the top three big base command at the moment, still Captain Tribble. Captain Tribble still at the top. Admiral Vance, that's one from my days. Ultimate Test Q is a new one for command.
By the way, I've got to say, if the top metrics haven't changed in 4 years, then what are you guys paying for? I mean,
traits. All about the traits.
All about them traits. All about them traits. No Tribble.
I had to. I had to add this up for Genos the other day. I think there's 81 collections now.
Wow.
Wow, really?
And they were doing a new collection every month. Now they're doing it every other month. But yeah.
Yeah, still. I used to be mad for collection. That was my entire shit, was just trying to get those.
That was the only reason we played. Yeah.
Well, it was, and I was working out to a point where, what's the optimum order of crew that I can get? And I had me and my spreadsheets. I had a spreadsheet that worked out if you did this crew, then this crew, then this crew, you would fill these collection order, and you would get these boosts. Not that it fucking mattered, because I was getting 10-hour voyages for shitty crons and more green crew for shit honor anyway. Anyway.
Nemo was the best of that. He had the potential collection algorithm worked out so smoothly. You wouldn't believe what all the variables that went into that. All right, before we keep softballing all this bullshit, let's get back to cheating, fellas. I want to talk Continuum missions, another botched rollout, which, by the way, you got to play that. You got to play that video at the end again, because that's a lot of fun.
Which one's that? The
mesothelioma one.
Oh, okay.
That's just hilarious. Great job, me, on that one. So Continuum missions came out, and it was a buggy mess at first, I'm sure people remember. It took 2 weeks to fix. Joe and Ben were troubleshooting in Discord, asking people to send their saves and stuff to them.
What was the big bug with that?
And
there was definitely a point where you just didn't play it, wasn't there? But I can't remember why.
If you worked backwards,
the bug was,
yeah.
Yeah, basically, if you finished the 3 levels, you could just run the last mission and get the dilithium rewards over and over and over again. So I heard about it from someone in one of our private Discord groups, and I'm like, oh, that seems... Because whenever premium currency is involved, I'm like, all right, let's not abuse that. And then Frank shared a screenshot from one of the devs who's like, Yes, we know. We're trying to fix it. We're going to fix it. And they basically said in so many words, you can abuse it, but just don't share it with other people.
Oh,
Like, we don't want
right.
it to get out of hand.
I forgot about that.
Or they said enjoy it while it lasts.
Enjoy it.
So-
Keep it to your inner circle.
So naturally.
So I still felt kind of bad about that. I messaged him myself. I'm like, I'm like, did Frank Photoshop you saying this, or is that actually the operating principle? Like, can we actually go to town on it? He goes, yes, we know about it. Please don't share it. There were a few people like in the Timelines Discord that were sharing it, and then they should have been banned or whatever. So I started abusing it along with, I don't know, like a dozen people are in an inner circle. And I'm tapping there. I'm getting free quantum, free dilithium. For like 2 days I did this. I got like 3,000 dilithium.
So many retrievals out of that. It was
and
ridiculous.
I immediately quit and never picked up the game again because I'm like, everything is meaningless now. I've abused this bug that gave me free retrievals for the next 3 years. I got dilithium. I'm like, this is so dumb. I wish I'd never done that. And I never picked up the game again. So another instance of me being a big fat cheater in the game. And this time it backfired. Or I guess it saved me because now I haven't spent any money on the game. So that's good. But
what are you playing now? Is it just Age of Empires?
they just keep my head in a jar when they want to do another stream on Trek Time.
That's right, yeah. As I said, this whole thing's AI. You don't realize it. But there's a lot.
Would anyone else like to admit to cheating, or am I the only one on this call that wants to say?
I absolutely
he was
did
a
the same
bad
thing
boy?
as you. I spammed that continuing bug for all it was fucking worth. Like it's in the game. It's fucking canon. I'm gonna do it. And I got like.
I'm the
about
one that
10
DM'd
retrieves.
Joe and said, "Hey, your shit's broken." And okay. And now I haven't retrieved anybody since the charity stream where I did all the Shinzons. But there's a reason that I'm staring at my account right now, and I have 183,307 quantum. And
actually, I will say, it is pretty genius the way they designed it because you have to have like two bugs working at the same time for you to actually abuse Continuum. You can get a lot of quantum, but then you got to wait for the time or whatever. Or if you get a lot of components,
well, and you
then,
need credits to do the retrieval too.
That's
so
right,
it's like
right.
Had a lot of
you're
those.
locked. I have
a lot of
I have
those from a previous
1.29 billion credits.
Yeah, you guys are the reason that the season 3 finale of Star Trek: Strangely Well sucks. That's what all this cheating has led to. Is
what?
Man, fuck that season, man. That's I couldn't even watch the recap. I was so pissed. I was out of town and I binged the whole season, and I went from boy, I can't wait to see what the boys say about this to
Fate tells us that evil is everywhere. Anyway, no more spoilers. Universe
Go watch it.
chat.
Oh, I just put that in there. I actually don't have anything to say. It was just a giant cesspool of like racism and jingoism, and
I'd rather eat
I don't know.
this
Did you guys ever go into universe chat?
stink bug flavored jelly bean.
I went in there to promote Timelines Talks a couple of times, and then just went, I've made a giant mistake.
I got another story. So it was in some skirmish. Oh, he's vomiting up stink bugs. I was doing a skirmish. Namer wanted to do it with me. We had plans to finish like 1-2 together. And we changed our name to gotobigbook.app because we thought, hey, that's a good way to advertise. So apparently some people complained. They're like, you can't advertise. I'm like, guys, come on. It's a free
game. It's
website
not like you're
for the
shilling it
game.
NFT, was it?
I bet it was our nemesis cab that reported us to
fucking
Wicked Realm
Danjavin.
Games. So what happened is they sent an email to me and Namer saying you have to change your name. It's against the terms of service. So Namer saw that and he told me about it. But the funny thing is they sent it to some Yahoo email account that I haven't accessed in 4 years. So I would have never known that they asked me to change they didn't send me anything in game. They didn't reach out on forums or Discord or anything. It was like registered email.
I think that was another reason we were quite disgruntled at the time, Ben and Joe, because we were just like, why has this gone? Like, we know you guys. Like, send us a message and go, come on. Like, what are you doing? Like, and it was a case of like,
yeah, I didn't want preferential treatment saying you can keep the name. I just wanted someone to actually make me aware of it if that was
an in-game message would have done the trick, but of course their in-game messaging system's so terrible. I remember getting messages and people messaging me saying, why have you not responded? And I'm going like, because I didn't fucking get your message. Because the in-game messaging shit in Universal Chat is so fucking terrible. Oh, no. I know the best part of this. Wasn't it Namer that worked out that you could actually send a message to other people's fleet chats? And other people.
Oh yeah, that's you could talking about the leaky ship.
Yeah.
I mean, their Namer did a proof of concept and passed it around to the devs who did nothing with it.
Nope.
But just so everybody knows right now, it's all the back end's all open. Namer was able to pull up a game account that had the officers chat and fleet chat for SSR, Junkies, Suncoast, Spartacus, like all the top fleets, and had everybody's chats, and then he could send a private message to whomever as whomever, and he could read your mailbox. So he could see what you've got.
Is it part of a Romulan plot, a ploy to start a war?
No. And that's still out there. So if you really want to know what somebody in another fleet's doing, and you've got a computer science nerd with you, it could in theory be done. But everybody's always said you need to like shut down UC or fix UC. They can't and they won't because it costs them money. But if they wouldn't, with that vulnerability, they never are. That stuff's just like gone.
I told him to go spam art when we were live. I said, go tell them Timeless Dogs is running on every single person's fleet chat. I don't give a fuck about the consequences. Just do it.
Actually, that would have been pretty great. I also wanted to change my name to WRG_Ben and win an event.
I told you so to do that. You should have done that.
The devs are depriving us of winning events. That would have been so funny.
I so dared you to do that. That would have been brilliant.
They probably would have taken that personally. So,
because
I did. So, like, you can calculate how many VP you want to end on. I know Frank's done that. I did that once. I ended on exactly like
a
million something 0000 VP. They're like, he's cheating. How could he end on a perfect number like that? And I'm like, well, it's called mathematics. You fuckheads.
Listen, you redneck fucks. Turns out if you use a calculator, it gives you the right answer. All right, Otto. Tell me why I'm such a piece of shit.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, hold on, we haven't gotten there yet. One last.
Are you saving that for last? I was hoping you're kind of going to get rid of that in the middle way.
Well, it's a shit sandwich. He started with me, he ends with you.
Okay, fair point.
Yeah.
Speaking of dodgy backends, the staging server. Yes, that's how Arkley SB got his stuff. That's how we got our stuff.
Yeah.
People would share upcoming crew, upcoming events, upcoming collections.
So I had a fun.
Pretty much everyone and their mother had access to the staging server, and we told Ben like several times, and he's like, he's like, we're aware, just don't treat it as gospel. Just because you see something coming up doesn't mean it's going to end that way. And that's true. There were several times where like a crew would come out with their stats changed or whatever, but
R.I.P. Mira McCoy, you could have been so good. So the funny conversation I had with Arkley B were basically the origins.
Why are you protecting one man's identification and shitting on everyone else?
We've had said person on our charity stream before, on the first charity stream, in fact. Basically talk about the origin of this PowerShell script and this script that we were running to scan these the staging server to get the images of unreleased crew and post them up early. The origins of it were from someone in their fleet who notably
the most fabulous drunk
and
I've ever
other
met.
things, basically the only way they could write these scripts was on massive amounts of drugs, and often wouldn't remember that they'd written them, and then would pass them on to various members of the fleet. And I was just like, this is the best story. I can't wait to tell someone about this in 5 years' time.
I will. I'm not telling tales out of turn here. Izzy, who no longer plays, but he's still alive. Bless him. I've never met more of an enigma of a human. We were in Las Vegas, and this did not stay in Vegas. We were leaving Las Vegas. He was too drunk to get on the plane, and he was flying. I'm pretty sure it was Spirit. It might have been Frontier, but for Americans, you'll know what that means. He was too drunk to get on the plane.
Yes.
They told him he couldn't get on the plane, and he just said, okay. And he walked right out of the gate and straight over to the bar and sat down and ordered a drink. And they put him on the next flight. And he just sat there and he drank until the next flight. And
by the way, I didn't think Spirit Airlines had any standards whatsoever. So the fact that they turned away him is like that's bottom
it's in
of
the
the
name,
barrel.
really. You can't expect you're going to get a shot of something when you get on the plane, really.
he
United Drunk Airlines. Yeah,
he
They've all got to go somewhere.
He was married to a very eccentric lady. They had a Klingon Worf Jadzia theme at their wedding. They got married and dressed as that with the batleth and everything. Later on, they had a spat, and she chased him down the street wielding the batleth, trying to kill him. Like, the interesting guy. But yes, he was the original hacker man. He was the original one who got everything for the game. And if you needed anything, hell, I gave him $100 to get the art asset scraper for me, so I wouldn't have to rely on SSR for it. I was like, oh, I'd like a copy of it.
And then you gave it to me.
And then I gave it to you.
Yeah, you gave it to me. I remember that. That's right.
Yes.
And then it broke, so I had to go to Barclay to get Izzy to fix it. I forgot about that. I forgot you were the originator.
Full circle.
Of it. Yeah.
Yes.
and guess what he did with that $100 you gave him, Frank?
Oh no, it was in Vegas. Yeah, it was in Vegas. I know where it went. I watched it.
He bought 3 more Spirit Airline tickets and a bottle of booze.
Wow.
I will say, Arkley B, whose identity we've completely protected on the stream, was a pretty handsome guy. There were a few ladies in our Discord. They're like, "Oh, I didn't know he was that handsome when he came on the stream." So
married with
so
kids.
Arkley
Sorry.
B, if you're listening, apparently you're a pretty handsome.
I
guy.
hope you've moved on to a better place because we haven't.
No, I think we've settled into doing a timeline talks every 2 years. So if the game shuts down, we'll be back. Other than that, you probably won't hear from us again.
He showed up in the non-official Discord like a year or two ago, maybe, just out of the blue, and he just peeked in and he said something. Everybody said, "Whoa, it's that guy, Arkley B." And he tagged Stellar and said, "Are you still playing this shit game?" She said, "Yes."
Yeah.
And he said, "Okay, that's cool." And then that was it.
Yeah.
So, and they're real life friends. Like they both live in the same city and go to each other's houses, have barbecues and stuff. So it wasn't a mean
burnt
thing.
Turkeys, all sorts of things.
Yes.
I resent the fact we're not going to be in 2 years because we have a regular channel. Auto, we are streaming every week.
I'm talking about timelines
I know.
talks.
But I'd love to get these viewers that are watching us just for this to watch other things. Anyway, carry on. Why am I a piece of shit? I just get out of there. Just do it.
I want to hear from you.
Me. What do I have to say? I'm just one man. Just one man with compulsions that outweigh his sensibilities. Okay, so I burnt out fantastically this year. Quite dramatically. Well, not that dramatically, but...
In January, I guess it was, right? Right after the holidays?
Yeah, so after going full kilter trying to make Trek Time a thing, or not even trying to make it a thing, just trying to be organised with it, and I think I just got to the point where I felt, just me being honest, and I just felt like I was like doing everything, and people were, Auto, you are a fantastically amazing person, but you do come in and out, as we have spoken before. And I think I just got to the point where I was like, you know what? I am absolutely fed up of organising you chuckle fucks. I need a break, and I need to not do this for a while and go and be a normal person and be in bands and things. And I love doing this. I love being on stream and talking to you guys because you guys are amazing. But yeah, I think it coming back and going like, actually, maybe I was absolutely massively anally retentive because I have ADHD. Well, not confirmed, but I'm 90% sure I have some variation of ADHD and I can't contain myself. And I think your issue of like, you'll start something, I'll be like, right, I'm going to do everything. And then go mad and it'll be like, oh shit, no, why did you do this? And yeah, I'm not hard. No one's easy to work with.
By the way, if BigBook.app was still up, we would have done another podcast by now for old time's sake. So you got to at Namer on Discord, ask him to put it back up, and then maybe we'll do one. All right, here's my quick side of the story. Idle never listens to anyone.
That's true. If I do, I then forget about it.
I get too wrapped up in stuff and then quit. and stars ghosts everybody. And so we all have our little archetypes,
Yep.
our little foibles that bother the fuck out of the other two, our little triangle. And so after doing this for like 5 years together, so many streams,
I think we just
thousands of hours put in doing stupid bits, we're finally like, all right, I'm pissed at you two, you're pissed at us too. And so we just did our little thing. And then 6 months later,
You messaged
I
me,
found out on some stream or something. Yeah, you guys went live. You're like, by the way, David Livingston, the legendary Star Trek director,
He
messaged us about one of the episode reviews and talked to us. And I'm like, holy shit, David Livingston. So I came back, and then I'm like, well, I guess I was kind of a dick.
We had some
and you
heartfelt
said you were
moments.
kind of a dick. Yeah,
I am
so
a dick.
it's all water under the bridge.
Yeah.
People don't spend 5 years together talking
you've
almost every day without getting on each other's nerves a little bit. So.
Yeah. I mean, there's not every day you go.
The Romulan rubber ducky.
No, but in all seriousness, we work things out. We had a bit of apology. I realised that, like you say, that I have my moments where it's not necessarily that I won't listen. I'll listen and then I'll forget and I go, oh, I got to do this, and then like you'll get kind of fed up at me for that. But on the other side, then I'll kind of go like, I want to start this thing, and you'll be like, let's do it, and then you'll like drop out and then not, and then like we all have our foibles, which is like now that we've come back, I'm kind of a bit like, I want to be more relaxed about it. I want to just kind of do things when people want to do them instead of what I was doing, which was rigorously like going like, right, this Wednesday we're doing this Friday we're doing this Sunday we're doing this. I was trying to organise people and then getting frustrated when people weren't confirming, and I was like, actually, not everyone leads the life that I live, where I have to be hyper organised for like an entire year in advance, because that's my life, and I kind of like doing that, and I've got to appreciate that not everyone does that.
Dude, we did like 80 consecutive weeks of talking about big bases, rank 3 bullshit. I don't know how we even lasted that long.
We killed that.
I do remember I got angry at you at one point because you called me a quitter.
Did I?
And I took that person and I'm like, you motherfucker. And I answered by almost immediately quitting. Then I didn't talk to you. I'm like, that fucker. He's so wrong. And then I proved him right by quitting. So.
Well, yeah. No,
yes,
coming
we are
up
like
next
an old married
on VH1's Behind the Music, the Trek Time brothers combine again to take down Cab.
I was gonna do a fake Behind the Music documentary with us narrating. It was gonna be like about a British band breaking up. It was gonna be so fucking good, but we never got around to doing it. But the concept was there.
And here I am as the unaffiliated third party that just saw the very external version of this going on in group chat and DMs, and I'm just like, oh
no,
oh my, and then Otto leaves. I'm like, oh my, mom and dad are arguing. I don't know what. Who's gonna pick me up from soccer practice? Hello.
Aren't we forgetting something? Frank's just standing in the rain. No, in all honesty,
well, if you don't remember, it's not that important.
Yeah. In all honesty, I'm glad because there was it's probably the biggest break, because and I will admit I burnt out on it all, and a lot of frustrations on my part, not because of you but because of me as well. And like, I am glad we got to the point where we did message each other again and got back together and are doing things, because this is a great things we do. Like, exactly. It's just good fun.
That's too nice. Come on, dirty it up a little bit, you asshole.
You son of a bitch! How dare you leave me when I was at my most vulnerable? You bitch! If you were a good friend, you wouldn't have just fucking go. No, I don't give a shit. I am very forgiving as a person, which is, if it was any other man, no. I would have. You would, yeah.
If you were any other man,
I will kill you where you stand. But no, I think you have mentioned multiple times that if we were to meet, you would like lip lock me in some various fashion, which I'm not sure if I do want to come and meet you or not.
All right, enough about our private DMs. I think that's everything we have on the list of. Oh, one more thing: the and bug was real. I know
it was
Disruptor Beam. They didn't want to admit it for, litigation reasons. The and bug was real, just so y'all know. That's for
we
the
were just talking about that
there.
in Discord today, actually, in the other Discord, one of the Discords.
I can't wait for the Or bug or the Zor bug.
What? What?
It's logic talk. You wouldn't understand.
Okay, sorry. The if then bug.
The while bug. All right. Any other business, gentlemen, before I move us on to our fantastic section? Go on, Frank. You look like you've got something to say.
I want to get high.
Oh, let's see if the random trigger will work for me.
It's me, the Worf.
Nope. It's gonna do the Worf. All right.
Oh, that was a good one.
That was a good.
Yeah,
one.
I quit the game. I'm done.
You're
Fuck the
done.
game.
So you are right.
Yep.
Frank.
I just claimed my last
Frank,
shuttles.
We'll be back next week
Me
when
and
he
Otto have been
plays
honest
again.
with each other. I'm going to be honest with you right now. You've quit so many times. Like, you are notorious for saying, I've quit. And no, I will give you a credit. You're not one of the public quitters that will put themselves a 10-paragraph post on the forums to say, like, I've given up.
I used to be. Oh, I used to be.
On the first 3 times you did. But on
Yes.
the following 10... So how can we be sure? I don't want to feel let down again and feel like finally Frank is free. He can live his ambitions as being the Morris dancer he always wanted to be.
Post a comment post your name in the comments. I'll give you my account. There you go.
Wow.
Wait, which one? Don't you have like 17 accounts?
Now, Mr. Attorney, we're not here to.
You're the one wearing the suit, sir. I object.
Q&A.
Yes,
Booter.
we'll take some Q&A. I have
Yeah,
seen
do
some
it.
websites, some like very tiny forums of people selling their old Timelines account. They're like, I have 800 Immortal Crew and I'm selling it for $20. I'm like, oh, that's what this game is worth. Okay.
At one point, I thought, like, on the time I quit, I thought, I wonder how much my account is worth. Like, it's highly illegal in some variation, but I thought, well, I wonder if I can get, like, a 200 or 300 quid back for this, but I just gave it to Namer in the end. I was just like, fuck it, have my account. I don't give a shit. He called it Mirror Namer and then spent all my citations. I had, like, 40 citations. I think he just spent them all. I was a bit like, but...
Yeah, but didn't Namer quit too? I don't think he's playing anymore.
No, he's not playing anymore.
Oh, okay.
He didn't change my password because when
Frank-
we logged back in to do that timeline spoof thing a couple of weeks ago, yeah, I still had my account. So
Yeah, it was real
you
weird.
have to play.
I looked in the like open players that are fleetless and like cold pop back up, big pop back up. Like all these names suddenly showed up. I'm like, what the hell?
Well, if anyone has any questions for the 3 cheaters amigos here, we can give you tips.
I am not
about
currently
API
cheating.
calls. If you need
I'm
good
not
programs.
currently cheating.
No, because you're not playing. It's been 2 hours since you last cheated.
Yeah, I haven't opened the game. I mean,
No, but Frank, are you done? What would stop? Right, because I feel like I'm talking to a recovering addict here. Like you say, you're done.
you are.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you?
I'm leaving here and going to the casino. What's the point? Why am I still here? Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Roy Orbison here.
Ooby dooby.
All right, Grandpa. You fucking old guys. All that gray hair. One more little fun fuck up from WRG was Adira Gate, where they had an event for new Adira variant. Oh, yes. And then like Sunday evening, they're like, actually, we're going to change the art. Don't look at the man behind the curtain. People got angry because they always get angry at everything
Well, it was
WRG does.
art. The art was kind of a big one because that's why we play.
Yes. And then they gave the original Adira away like 3 weeks later in a objective event. So it was a win kind of, but there you go.
We have some questions. We have some Q&As from chat. Buta says, Otto, how much did you cheat in our 5-day skirmish?
I told you I technically cheated by using an emulator, but I stayed awake far too long in every instance tapping away. I rewatched a lot of Star Trek tapping away in skirmishes.
That was kind
I'll
of my
say that
favourite
much.
part, is you could just sit there and kind of just like... I found a way that I could just mash my hand in the screen a certain way. I think it was just like that, so you could hit the confirmation and then all the triggers for my Kraken, that I could just watch the screen and just tap my hand like that, and occasionally look down and go, claim reward, tap, 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 claim reward. But yeah, I used to watch a lot of Star Trek when skirmishing. Navark.
I still do, but I used to too.
Yeah, thank you. Who was the comedian that did that? Fuck. Anyway. Navark 1717, which I'm going to presume is not
Mitch
the original
Hedberg.
Navarch, says, which timeline screw up was your favourite?
Didn't we call him like Navarch or something because we were fake fans and didn't realize that was a title in DS9?
It is a Navarch.
Anyway, now we know how to pronounce it. Navarch. Which was our favorite? You mean like legendary fun to talk about, or one that
I've got to go with the original multi-tap one I got banned for. That was probably my favorite. I had a great time.
The one that you just accidentally happened to open 80 times? Yeah.
Frank, you've got a lot to pull on, so we'll give you time.
God, there's so many. I need to look at the poll Otto did to remember.
Well, I'll throw Independence Day in there just because the stunning leaps in logic. People were like, they didn't remove all the ill-gotten dilithium in the first 2 days, so I thought I was home free. That's on them. I'm like, it's really not, you morons.
That was my favorite that I didn't get banned or in trouble for.
Well, that's because you profited at the end of the day.
Yeah, I did. It was phenomenal. That's just a lesson for all of you out there, especially if you're parents or there's any young children that happen across this. Always admit your deceit, but lie when you do it, and you'll get away with it every time.
Why tell the truth when a lie will do just as well?
Exactly. So lie about telling the truth about lying is
my son is
always
still here.
the way to be.
TP community manager Ezra Sharkey. Abernathyl J asks, will reference my first question. Any insight into Ozzy being let go as Frank was cut off?
The best, I don't know. I'm not HR at TP. I don't know. All I know is we the community did not run that community manager off, so they were let go by the company for some reason that we're not privy to, or they got a new job somewhere else and were just walked out the door because they weren't training anybody to take their place or didn't tell anybody. It was like literally mid-sentence. They were typing on Discord and like doing updates about something, and then 30 minutes later, it's like, oh, this person's no longer the community manager. So stuff happened. It's a job that they have a lot of. You can go look at the job postings on the TP website. They have a lot of requirements that they want you to have. I don't think the compensation's great, and I think the job sucks because it's for a lot of games and it's very busy. And you couldn't pay me to do it. Like, no way. I wouldn't last 3 months that one lasted. And this one that we just lost. Well, the one we lost that we had for a day, it was just a bunch of letters. I don't know, KVAF.
We're all a bunch of letters.
We're all a bunch of letters.
In a trench coat.
Ugly bags and mostly water, really.
K-Chak, YouTube, infamous World of Warcraft billionaire, asks, what's the worst crew they ever added to the game? This is a like one.
We've seen your live streams. K-Chak. Your favorite is Soulbore because you look exactly like him.
It's not. That's my favorite. Yeah, I will go for that. I've still not done the. I meant to do that at one of the conventions. I still haven't. I know what my worst is. I don't know if you guys have got anything on hand.
By the way, if you, me, and Stars ever end up going to a convention together, you have to be Soulbore. I'll be Ducat, and Stars can be Kai Wynn. And I think that would be a good trio to go
Yeah,
as.
that was good. I'm the one that gets stabbed in the back. Yeah, that fits. No, my worst crew that got added to the game, and I'm still bitter about it, is Human fucking Neelix. And they tried to claim him as a Timelines original. It's not a Timelines original. He was in First Contact. It wasn't Neelix. It was just a holographic maitre d'. You can't tell me that was... And then they turned around and said, well, actually, it's an alternate version of Neelix in a different reality. No, fuck off. He's in a movie. That's my worst crew.
The passion. Years later, the passion still burns.
Annoys me. It annoys me that they lie. It's not that they disappoint me, it's that they lied and they were bad at it.
Frank, who's your worst crew ever added to the game?
I mean, I'm salty about Lieutenant Commander Mitchell.
Okay. That's another reason, by the way.
Proficiencies.
Designed for Gauntlet.
That is another reason why I lightly shit on Shan in this stream. She came up with this BS excuse, which obviously she was relayed to by someone else, so that part wasn't her. They said Lieutenant Mitchell was built, quote, built for gauntlets. The guy had like the 80th best commander role or something, and shit all for the other roles. They're like, oh yeah, he has a fucking 1 minimum or whatever that goes
I'm
up
built
to
for
14
fucking
with
hurdling.
boost.
Yeah, same reasons.
And I'm like, I may not have any idea on how to run a mobile game, but obviously neither do you, because this crew is not built for gauntlets. Like, come on.
And even now with equipment, you cannot raise his minimum proficiencies to anything worth using. He is still dog shit.
No. I rolled over you completely, Frank.
No, that's to me, that's because everything now, somebody said earlier, the power creep has kind of leveled off in the last few years because everything is top 50 now when they release it, and it just every month the top 50 drops and a new top 50 gets added.
No more lazy losers. No more Captain Braxton being top of the glory days.
He's 200 something now.
That's crazy. He was number 1 for so long.
Oh, I know. They're just glaring examples of that where you design it for something and it's like no one would ever use it. Like there's no use for this crew whatsoever. One Skill Scotty, the shitty original One Skill Scotty, is good now with equipment. At least he is the number 1 engineer in the game by far, but like only if you unlock 4 slots. Otherwise, he sucks.
By the way,
Mitchell
thanks to whoever did the background work to get all those traits added to Captain Scott. That guy was a real mensch.
Yes.
Gone too soon.
My least favorite crew.
Oh, yeah, go on.
Besides all the shitty Chakotay's they added, has got to be Croden from DS9. His art looks like a melted candle, awful, and it's so offensively bad. He's my least favorite, because I do love to crap on the terrible art, but there you go, Croden.
We had a worst art category, and that was always great. I liked how award show just went from timelines to actually, let's talk about Star Trek and then shit on timelines.
Because it's what we actually like, you know.
We do like shitting on timelines. That's what kept us going. Navak asks, favorite community manager, not counting Ben or Joe. I'm going to shout out Fury. Fury was great. I really enjoyed. Well, she wasn't a community manager, but she was a WRG employee. Good times, really honest. Loved her Star Trek. Loved her Deep Rock Galactic. Rock and Stone Fury. Well, and now you guys talk, or we do this.
You know, Worf, you'd make a perfect throw rug in Nottingham Castle.
He would. He'd be very good.
I know Otto's not going to say Shan. And I won't say Shan either. I'm going to give you my favorite and my least favorite. My favorite
starting to feel bad about it.
Old school Katie. Katie was amazing. She was sweet. She was awesome. She was the nicest human in the world. She signed my Timelines art book, as did everybody. We were drunk at the bar. And she got let go from DB and went to another game and had immediate success, as did a lot of those people. She was a key component of why the early game actually held together and nobody abandoned ship, because at least the employees and the community managers were really nice. The worst, tied for Black Pebble, who nobody remembers, but he was like an acting guy from Los Angeles that really had no business doing it. And motherfucking Jazz Riker. Tyler, fuck you if you're still out there. That dude was getting first to max on crew in staging. He thought in staging, but doing it in production before they were released, and had first to max on like 10 crew, and then claimed ignorance when he knew what he was doing. And we were like, me and Cisco and a couple other people are like, hey, who's this fuck that keeps changing his name every week that has first to max before like the crew? And then turns out it's Jazz Riker. And then I go to Boston and meet him. And he's like, hey, you want to get a picture? I was like, no, I don't. No.
Speaking of, I actually had someone come and ask for the band that I'm in, asked for our autographs, because I was shocked, because I was like, wait, what the fuck? So we played a local festival and we were headlining, and then we were just packing up. And apparently there was a woman from South Africa who had just moved to the UK and just really liked our band, even though we were just a covers band. I'm just like, guys, can I get a photo and some autographs? So we all signed. I'm just like, what's going on? This is really weird. Why is someone asking, like, yeah, and we signed the Clifftop Festival program, and it was a weird moment.
And she worked at WRG or what?
No, yeah. But actually, found out it was Shan herself.
Okay. My favorite, in case you joined late and just heard us shitting on the employees, my favorite is everyone who came on the stream. They were legitimately all nice. They all volunteered their time. They all donated like a not insignificant amount of money to charity. I have absolutely zero negative things to say about anyone. You're all class, Idol. Zero negative things to say about anyone who came on our stream. By the way, we're going to break up again in about 3 days because
yeah, it'll happen.
I can't put up with him any longer. Yeah.
Listen, I turned off the voice triggers, so you give me something for that. I allowed you.
That's true.
Room to talk.
Hold on. Can I do? What is it? Video random.
Video, and then the commands that are in any of the commands that are in that spreadsheet. You guys should like.
Is that gonna work?
No, just random. Just random.
I'll believe for 2 seconds that this is the last timeline talks, like you believe I'm retiring from the game.
I did say we'll do one more when the game shuts down.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Which is
Definitely.
any day
God
now,
willing.
I'm sure.
Yeah, surely they won't get to 10 years. What Overtired asks, what order would you rank your co-hosts?
Don't start the infighting.
All right, okay.
By which metric?
Um,
Dan is clearly the best.
Dan's
bald.
everyone's number one.
Yeah, Dan is top. Dan is absolutely top.
And
I don't know. Shy's
pretty good.
Jared number 2 bald. Stars honorary bald. Number 3. Otto was bald at one point. And then Idol.
Yeah, I'm somewhere down low, definitely.
In the bald category. Do we include guests? Because there's a lot of guest hosts we've had that you could include too.
Do you know what? I would have loved to actually, if I'd have known, like, if I'd have found someone that was willing to do it, I'd love to have someone to be like a guest host that would have like run the show. That would have been fun.
Yeah, that's never gonna happen.
No, it's not.
That's not gonna happen.
No.
Oh, it's just me all
So
the way
Jenna
down.
started counting at one point. We've had about 80 guests come on the show related to timelines. That is a large number of people, mostly from the community. So, yeah.
Oh, apparently you need to put Cranky.
That being said, Idol's definitely dead last. I'll say that much.
Yeah, it's fine. I just run everything perfectly. Okay, so I have a game. I have a game for you, gentlemen. If we are
sorry, what did you mumble under your breath there?
I run a rubber ducky. Gentlemen, is there any further business before I move on? Is there anything else you would like to rant about, throw under the bus, pull under the bus, or otherwise air out grievances that were previously unsaid? With now is your last chance.
None that I can legally talk about.
Yes,
that'll be in the book one day.
If we're wrapping up, hey, you never know when the last one is. Maybe we all die in a freak gasoline fight accident. I just want to say I'm very proud of the people that have watched over the years and what we've raised for charity.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like the big book, biggest waste of time in my life. Timeline's close second, but it did enable us to do some great things for charity, and I appreciate everyone involved.
We have
the guests, people who donated, people who just came by and watched. I love all of you.
We have raised just over $10,000 from you, absolutely generous, wonderful people over the many, 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 many years for 5. We've done 4 or 5 charity streams. 5 because I did that cozy one.
By the way, even that got some people angry. I remember when we posted on the forums, we're doing a charity stream. Someone who I will not name, who Frank is familiar with, got angry that we were getting attention for charity. And they're like, well, anyone can donate. I'll go donate myself. And I'm like, all right, why are you getting mad about people donating to charities? So that was...
No,
that's one of many reasons why we're not doing it regularly anymore. Is
I mean,
you can't please everybody.
We've lost a lot of the whales, so that was the good thing about the first Timelines Talks charity stream was a lot of the whales who was spending on timelines went, what if I didn't buy packs and instead I bought I gave to charity, and I was like, you can write it off your tax bill. Fantastic. No, it was great. No, we've raised like just under $10,000 or just over $10,000 for various charities. I want to do it again. We've got a little work to do before we can get to that point again, because obviously we've maybe starting from scratch a little more than we were before. But gentlemen, let's play a game. Let's play a game of what tier were they on the 2019 Big Book of Behold Advice? And you could win yourself
the Romulan Rubber Ducky.
So, gentlemen, I would like to tell you on a 14-tier list.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, this is the 14, not 10 tier, on the 14-tier list in the original Big Book. And I will tell you, one of my early memories of the Big Book of Behold Advice was me loading it and waiting to see those little icons change that you used to put up. You used to put little thumbnails up, Auto, didn't you? Of each of the characters that were updated. And when I saw it change, I was just like, the new crew's out. I can go check their ratings.
Bro, I tell you, trying to host like 200 pages on Google Sheets, or not even Google Sheets, Google Docs. That thing was such a bear to manage. It crashed all the time. It was so laggy and unresponsive. Oh boy, someone's.
And speaking of a
hello,
here's my wife.
Oh hi.
Hello. Come to ruin the stream, have we?
Not for long.
Oh, don't say that.
Not for long. Would you like to, because I was about to talk to them with the game, would you like to briefly talk and say your message? What do you think about all the cheaters that were in Star Trek Timelines? You put it in your ears, that's it, and then you talk through the microphone.
Hello.
Did you have a fun time out tonight at the pub? That's the most important question. Fuck timelines.
Yeah, but it finished way too soon.
Well, the man you're next to, that is a common statement. That's okay.
Doesn't feel like
You didn't know what you just said about you.
Red alarm.
Red alarm. Red alarm. Red alarm.
That was worth a subscription. Thank you, Booter.
Booter Snaps, thank you for subscribing. That was my best impression.
Is he a friend of Dorothy's?
Well, he might be. So yeah.
Hold on. Do we have?
Do we have what?
There we go. I'm calling it.
It's mildly amusing.
What happened?
It died.
Oh well, we lost the end of the.
Fitting that our final stream would not even go right in the end.
Oh wait, I have headphones here. I can hear.
You can hear everything that's happening if you want.
He didn't want to hear, so you know.
He didn't want to hear.
He hasn't wanted to listen to us for years at this point.
Do you want to play Where Does This Crew Rank on the 2019 Big Book of Behold Advice in this wonderful Google Docs over here? Look at this. We could go through this list and you could guess where they rank.
Oh my god, no. Do you know, I've played too many games like that.
Have you?
At the pub with Ben. Ben was like, right, okay, his game. So you've got to describe, I don't know, a car without saying the word car, without saying the word vehicle, without saying road.
Why have we not played this with like characters from Star Trek?
And you have to say it in
Oh, we will now.
phrases.
Describe Deanna Troi without using the word.
Deanna Troi.
No.
Ow, that was my foot again. Sorry.
Inappropriate uniform.
Jellicoe disapproves. Neelix.
Riker.
Why does the short man have a furry face?
Furry face?
What? No, I'm guessing. Oh my god, this is going great.
I mean, that's technically B4, unless it's B4 talking about Riker.
Maybe it's time for.
Wait.
All right.
Sandwiches.
Yeah, peanut butter
I don't remember.
sandwiches.
I'm doing mariachi again. Let's warp 10.
So
out of here.
answer me this.
All right. Yes.
How did you manage to ruin the
I'm allowed back.
video
She's not
trigger?
that drunk. It's fantastic. Right, gentlemen, I need to move your arm somewhere else. Thank you.
He's gonna try it again. Watch. He's gonna try to do this fucking game again.
Right. From the 2019 Big Book of Behold Advice, gentlemen, where was North Star Tucker from a tier rating of 1 to 14? Where did you put North Star Tucker?
This is what
So
you
they
do
were
with
like
the
3
evenings.
engineering crew back
This
in
is
the
what I do
day,
for fun.
and he was decent in Gauntlet. So I'll say, but his stats have always sucked. I'll say tier 5.5.
5.5. You had no halves.
No.
I know, but I couldn't decide 5 or 6.
Okay.
Definite 6.
You're gonna go 5 as 7.
7.
If we're playing closest wins, it is Frank. It was tier 8. A blend
Oh,
of useful
wow.
attributes and
Wow.
ineffective numbers.
He sucked for forever. Yeah.
See, you say you hate this game, but it's gonna be good. Who should I have out of this list? Oh, let's go with what? What am I doing? I'm having fun, darling. That's what I'm doing. What are you doing? You're here.
what
ruining
that's
my
called?
fun.
Folks, my hope for you, my wish for all of you out there is that you find a person in your life that will stare at
loves
you
you as much.
the way that she just stared at him, like he had a fucking horn growing out of his head.
Just talking very nice things about you. Yeah, she's still giving me the same look. Okay, Dr. Richard Daystrom. Innovator and inspiring.
13. We didn't have collections, but we had like 3 collections back then. He had 1 good Gauntlet pair. Tier 13.
I'm going to say, I don't want to trample on you and say 12. I'm going to say 11 only because I could see where he would have been useful in shuttles.
He was tier 14. The venerable creator of the M5 computer and name behind the Daystrom Institute seems to have equally differential following among players, but I don't see what they do. From official record. Okay. I will tell you this.
Scathing words from the author of the big book.
I know, what a dick. Well, this next one will no doubt be higher than tier 14, just to give you a little sneak peek there. Let's go with Gloria. Gloria.
Who the fuck is Gloria?
Guinan's 19th.
The Guinan
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the song.
First I was afraid, I was petrified.
Where's your saxophone?
I sold both of them.
Did you?
To pay for my Timelines addiction. No, not really.
Your Fabergé eggs, yeah.
Yeah. I think I liked her more than most people. But she's not. She also had shitty stats. I'll go 6.
6.
10.
You go 10. Interesting.
Yeah.
Point for
Keep in mind, this
Auto.
was 6 years ago.
It's in fact a 7, so I'm going to give you closest. Gloria from Cleveland is one of the most fascinating crew who never gets talked about. There's nothing about her that screams powerhouse, but she'll perform well in several niche situations. First off, she qualifies for the dreaded Guinan or Gauntlet, where Elorian and required traits give her a 45 to 65% crit. All right, let's do one more. Let's do one
Look, they
more.
only had like 2 Gauntlet sets back then, all right? So
I remember when I was tracking Gauntlet
those Guinan
sets and then
ones
it went
came up all
mad. All right, final one before we finally go back to our normal lives and live a fantastic existence. And I've just bloody lost it now. Where's it gone? Oh no, I found the perfect one.
Chat, you got to up your game when it comes against the tier. Come on.
Yeah, this is 2019,
Things
so
up.
this is before a lot of you were born. Hang on, I'm going to have to fucking search for this.
When you can cheat
of-
on this game like a man.
5 of 12. Where was 5 of 12?
Who?
5 of 12.
Axum, the Borg Axum from that.
Is that a fucking card in this game?
He was like, I think he was like the best Borg at that time, or second to Locutus or something.
What the fuck is 5 of 12?
But he didn't.
Are you checking timelines? Are you logging back in, Frank?
Hold on.
Are you checking data
I'll let
core?
Frank guess first this time.
I had to thaw him. He was frozen. Of course, all my crew is frozen. 5 of 12. Oh! I got first to max on him. Oops.
Just
okay. I remember very vaguely now that I remember him. I didn't like his art so much, but I remember he was rather good at the time. I don't remember at what, but he had a cool skill set. I'm going to say he was 4.
Okay.
All right, I'm playing the game 4.1, so I'll be closer.
No,
if it's...
no. Absolute numbers, please. This isn't the fucking. This isn't Trek time. You can't get your
It's my
4.156
book.
just to edge the average up.
I wrote the fucking book, Idol. All right, tier 5, whatever.
You're gonna go for a 5. Okay, it was in fact a point for Frank. That's tier 3. He was tier 3. There's no need to worry about a top 50-ish Voyage crew as long as their skill set isn't too common. 5 at 12s very nearly is, but a clutch Eng tertiary will slow his descent over time, a la Falcon O'Brien or EV Suit Archer. Isn't time fun? Okay. I just love dragging that out just to make you squirm.
Wait, hold on.
Are you deleting the
gotta look
2019
up.
Big Book? Because I have a backup. I have a Google
No,
Docs
I'm looking
backup.
up Falcon O'Brien's Voyage rank right now, 785.
Holy
Hey,
shit.
there you go.
Wow. He's in the top 1,000.
Well, there's
Yeah,
that
no,
many
but that
gold.
counts
There's
like green
legitimately
and
1,000
blue crew.
golds.
Yeah.
Someone out there's like 12-hour Voyager. Okay.
Yeah.
He's good on my roster. Who needs the big book?
Yeah, the more crew they had, the less relevant the Big Book became. Thank you,
How
guys. This event, also, thank you for setting this
Thank
up.
you.
This was your idea. I don't know where to say thank you or the other
Walker.
Walker, for God's sake, Walker.
Just
Walker,
kept talking.
for God's sake.
I
Dude, you gotta fix these triggers. What's the point?
think because I got a 10-second reset, so I need to not trigger them all. I can't trigger them all at once like I used to, but I can
For God's sake, Walker.
For God's sake, Walker. Thank you everyone for watching. I think we're going to be back on Wednesday. Is that right? We're going to be doing... It's either Wednesday or Friday. We haven't actually put a date in yet, but we're going to be doing our Trek Time draft, where we're going to be...
We are? We haven't talked about this at all.
Okay, well, we're going to be doing it next week, is what you said. So it's either Wednesday or a Friday. So we're going to be doing our Trek Time draft, where we're picking the next episodes. There will be some shenanigans. There will be some drama. And then I'm off for a couple of weeks while I go to a foreign country and not get a hair transplant because I'm going to Turkey, so don't expect that. Don't expect a wonderful mane of amazing hair.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm actually just going to go get a nose job. No, I'm not. I'm just going on holiday. It's nothing. We're always here. We've always been here. We're doing Treks. We're playing games. We're relaxed. We're not bitching at each other.
We're gonna
as much.
outlast timelines. That's for damn sure.
That's I'm kind of like begrudgingly want to do that. I want to outlast it.
That's
and
the
the
only
time
reason
when we
we're
weren't
still
talking
together.
about it. But yeah, we're
For the
here.
50 people that still enjoy timelines, keep going. There's one community resource, the data core. God help you if Irony Wit quits, because he's the only thing keeping that thing going.
Well, isn't Kev still paying for it?
There's some like there's private donations
Yeah,
in the
they
back.
give
Like,
donations.
yeah, I've given to it to keep it open.
Okay. Well, as always.
Yeah,
sorry, go on.
Those people are good.
As always, do all the followy bollocks. Subscribe to our YouTube. I'm uploading a load of shorts at the moment. They're good fun. It's made me 17p. Which obviously I'm going to follow into charity.
No, it's make charity
It's
17.
make exactly what I just said. It's going to put into the charity. And join the Discord and all that kind of thing. So please.
He's going to buy a dilithium.
We're still funny.
Yeah.
Are we funny? Are we funny? Are we enjoyable to watch? I enjoy doing this.
I did have that. I had that super fan for about 3 minutes at the start of the stream. Where did he go? I guess we weren't that funny after all.
Great. Well, while my self-doubt is actualizing, I should probably go spend some time with the family. Gentlemen, I hope to see you very soon. It's going to be fun. Enjoy some William Shatner. I'm going to say live long and prosper and ta-ra. And enjoy some future Timelines drama. I can't wait to hear about it. Ta-ra!
What about you, Booker?
Well, I was thinking about Tahiti. What do you have in mind?
I was thinking about dinner at my place about 8 o'clock. Why don't you make it 7? You can help me find a place to kill some new plants.
Hey, wait a minute. How do I know you can cook?
Booker, trust me.
Trust me. Now, where have I heard that before? Oh, okay.